Welcome everybody to episode 39 of the AIM Downsights podcast. Happy to be here this week. Happy to have Soul back this week. You know, the podcast, the show isn't the same without you, Soul. We love you a lot. Thank you to our chat every week who joins us, whether it's live, whether you're watching or listening while playing video games, or whether you're watching after the show. We appreciate each and every one of you, except Nero. Like, Nero's just, he's a grifter. Yeah, he doesn't know what's. I'm sorry, Nero. I love you, Nero. I really
King
do.
Grifter over here, man. I know it is.
We're gonna do some intros to kind of see what everyone's been up to this week, and yeah, we're gonna start with Nero because I called you out, and I'm sorry. I love you with all there's so much love there. What have you been up to?
Well,
What have you been playing?
I've been having a great time leading up until this outrageous, this just hugely disappointing, just
What demo?
huge news. Chat, what's going on? Demo Umber, everyone, what's up? Like, I almost don't want to talk about it till a few more people trickle in, but I guess I'll go ahead and get started. It's the first thing we got down in the notes. But I was just minding my business. I've been playing Helldivers, spectacular game, man. Just been having a blast, man. Um, Looks horrible on the base PS5. Got a stealth, little drop on the Pro, so I'm seeing it better than the peasant base out there. No offense, but anyway, I've been playing. I got homies and shit that been looking forward to playing it. All throughout the week. Shout out my homie Sensei, working hard, man, hard working black man in America. That's not easy. All I've been hearing from him, the little 2 hours to get to come in and play. He like, man, I can't wait for the weekend, man. I'm off. Soul was talking about it. He got a family member, a friend that was waiting to play their PlayStation this weekend. And then it came. The longest shutdown since 2011. Man, I feared for everything. And I said, what are the damn odds? I sit here, I wait 4 years. I said, you know what? I want to give PlayStation a shot. Let me see what I've been missing. I go over here. And to my credit, I ain't like the rest of the cowards out here that be ashamed to play games and they're afraid to admit when they have good times on. I've been having a blast. I've been having a blast on that Pro because, goddamn it, it was needed. Got Kindom Come Deliverance 2, and then everything went down. Now, me, I wasn't really affected because, for one, I don't game share. The people that really got affected, besides not being able to play online, which is huge in 2025, and to go down for 20 hours is just ridiculous, and still have yet to put out any type of statement. I don't think Jeff Keighley put out any type of statement, and that's who I go to for my PlayStation news. Shout out Jeff Keighley, Summer Game Fest coming soon. I'm excited to. That's who I go for all my PlayStation news. And Xbox news. He put everything negative out, but I said, well, surely Jeff got something to say about it. It's been about the 5-hour mark. I said, well, this is strange. I said, it's been 5 hours, and I don't really see too many. I see meme accounts on Twitter. I see, the usual suspects. We speaking about it. The real fans, we about 10 hours in. I'm saying, well, damn. I say, is we being attacked? Is the USA being attacked? So I cut my Xbox on. I said, well, nah, I'm playing just fine, having a great time over here. Avowed pre-downloaded. Not coming soon. So the fact that Sony went down for 20 hours, man, and you barely see anybody talking about it.
Did you have to play an Xbox then?
Yeah, I hate, and I dreaded every moment of it.
I knew
when
it.
I couldn't get online. Look, when I couldn't get online for the one multiplayer I play on PlayStation game, Helldivers, when I couldn't get on that one masterpiece, I couldn't understand it, Panda. So I said, well, you know what? I looked at my Xbox.
All PlayStation games.
I had no choice but to cut on my Xbox, man. And I said, well, damn, it sure would be nice if Ratchet and Clank was over here.
Oh.
But nah, man, and I was in a space earlier, man. Demo, shout out my bro, man, because he heard me talking. I don't usually go in spaces, but I ran in. I got a couple pony homies on Twitter, and they trying to cop please. One dude in denial even tried to put it on. This is somehow Xbox fault because Xbox led the way with wanting people to play together online. I couldn't believe the cope, but this just all goes back to people be so worried about the downfall of Xbox that shit is falling apart right in front of you. While Xbox is changing and innovating and shit, I get it. But PlayStation, for one, did not put out anything, any tweet, anything by now. Is just, hopefully they put one out during the show, but I'm a consumer. I want to know why I couldn't access my online account and games for close to 24 hours. Is my credit card, is my information out? We know how this went last time. This something similar to this happened. So it's like, why is it no type of information, no type of communication? That is absolutely ridiculous. But here we are. You got Xbox fans, the gloom and doomers, the same people, the same suspects somehow try to flip it on Xbox. But
I got to tell you, the truth is that
uh,
Sony forgot to pay a power bill, and
hey,
so
they must have forgot to
yeah,
pay something. You know,
yeah,
money
they
getting
were
tight
waiting
over
for the
there.
money to clear before they would get the
Hey,
power turned back on for the servers.
I know they money looking funny. I know they money looking funny, yo. But
Sorry, hi Punty.
they money looking funny over there.
I'm good.
Like, I'm sorry, we got to get back to intros, man. So you got to welcome back. Did you say your piece? I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember
I
if
haven't. I
everybody even.
haven't.
Go ahead,
Soul
Panda.
hasn't
I'm
said
sorry.
his.
It's just this
We're
news
gonna
just
we're
caught
gonna
me
throw
so
to
off
Soul.
guard.
It's
Like,
a good topic to like start off with and kick off about. Like, I know that all three of us have a lot of opinions in that space, but I'm gonna throw to Soul. I know you're still recovering. What have you been up to this week? How are you, man?
You know what? I am good, better than I was last week. What's going on, Chad? I'm happy to be here, especially with this awesome panel that I am so
I paid him
blessed
to say
to
that, by the way.
that I am blessed to be a part of each and every Saturday, and even when I'm not here, they have been doing a wonderful job checking up on you, boy. So, I'm just I'm here. Life is lifing. I'll just put it like that. Last week was rough. So
Yeah.
about a month or so ago, I started kind of getting sick a little bit, and I get my meds and everything, and I'm taking them, and I'm thinking I'm getting better. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting better. And then last week, all of a sudden, I'm on my way to work, and I'm coughing crazy. Like, yo, I thought I got rid of this cough, right? So then I stop, pull over Walgreens, get some meds, start taking them, get the cough going, just trying to get some stuff out. By the end of the day, I was going down like Mary J. Blige. It was tough on me, right? So next thing I know, I'm sitting in my classroom. I got my jacket on. I'm sitting up at my desk like this, and I'm shivering. And I'm like, yo, is it cold in here? The kids are like, nah, it's not cold at all. One of my babies in the back was like, yo, I think he got the flu. And I'm over here like, no, please
No.
don't let it be the flu. So I get in the car after work, like at dismissal. Kids are basically walking home, getting on the bus, getting picked up, this, that, and the third. Soon as the campus clears, I jump in the car down the highway. I get to the house. I'm taking everything off literally, and I just get in the bed. I don't come out the bed until Saturday afternoon. Like I only got out of the bed just to use the restroom, right? Barely, barely.
Mm.
That's another story in itself. And I'm not going to tell that story, but some of us might be able to piece where I might go with that story. So, excuse me. So I'm just like, I'm in the bed burning up, right? It's like I'm 1,000 degrees and then I'm below zero. I'm 1,000 degrees, I'm below zero. It's just bananas until Saturday morning. And so then Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, I finally get up. I'm starting feeling a little bit better. I'm doing some things. I made the mistake of asking for some juice that I had run through the juicer like on Wednesday night, to be ready, just ready for whatever. I got the juice on Friday night. I was like, hey, can you bring me some juice? I think that'll make me feel better. Bet. Juice, put it on the nightstand. The juice sits out overnight. I'm not thinking about it because I'm halfway there. So then I wake up Saturday morning again, feeling better, start drinking the juice. Now, this is juice that I've just juiced freshly the other day that has set out overnight. My stomach was already not good. I'll just say this. Your boy was running.
Gives you new
Running.
definition to a juice cleanse, right?
Oh
Just the
my.
wrong type of juice cleanse.
When I tell you it had to be bad, like some real pony stables, oh my gosh, it was running through me. I know y'all didn't tune in for this story right here, but I'm giving it to you because this is real life and this is what I was just dealing with. So this past weekend was really, really rough. It was so rough, I didn't go to work on Monday for fear that I might not make it to the restroom. It was tough. So I am feeling 1,000% better. You're welcome for that runny story that you just got. Haven't had much time in the game because I have been too busy trying to just recover and just take in life each and every day as we're going. I'm still recovering, but I'm feeling so much better. I'm watching this news that's going on and what's going down, like PSN going down itself. I find it funny here as Nero was giving his intro or whatnot, since Nero is our resident, um, uh, I didn't say it, Panda. You said it, but
He's thinking so narrow. You're not a
I
pony.
noticed that
I am proud.
says
I am a
get
proud
his
pony. Look,
to
look,
get
look, look.
his
I'm a
pony.
proud
Excuse me, I
Xbox
shouldn't
that
say
game
that.
more
Let
than
me not
most
say that.
Xbox, and I'm a proud
You
pony that game more than
do, and
most
you
Xbox.
hold on. You hold on to that, my brother.
I
You
just got
hold
that Ghost of
on to it.
Tsushima platinum
But
the
I
other day.
noticed that
I'm proud.
you said you went to the HPIC, the head pony in charge for your news, Jeff Keighley, and he
Uh-huh.
has yet
Yet.
to say a word about it. So as you stand at the trough, waiting back and forth, clicking your heels, waiting for news, Jeff has not come to satiate your soul, your pony soul. And I'll tell you what, these are things that we haven't had to worry about for a very long time over here in the House of X. So, my brother, you stay strong. I'm glad that you were able to get on and enjoy yourself for a little bit with your PSN. I'm glad it's up. But hey, enough about me, enough about you in the Sony Nation. Panda, what's the word, baby girl? How have you been? I see you got the guns out and
I'm too hot,
everything.
okay? And way
You
too
know,
hot.
you got the guns out, baby. You ready to go? I mean, look,
Yeah.
I understand. You must feel like you're gonna be in a fight for your life with Nero over here. You had to get ready, man. It's gonna be some back and forth about this Sony situation. So it looks like you're ready to sweat,
Hey,
baby. What's going on in your
honestly,
world?
you know what? I was brought up, I did martial arts, I'm a black belt first dan. I can always handle my shit. Only for self-defense,
That's
people. Only for self-defense. Okay.
what I'm
I
talking
am
about.
fantastic. This week has been really, really good. It's been crazy busy with work. We had a public holiday on Thursday, which would be your Wednesday, um, which is Waitangi Day, which is basically just the signing of the English and the Maori treaty. Um, and then we became New Zealand, one nation. So I didn't do much on Thursday. I played some video games. I have been cracking into Sniper Elite Resistance, and just shooting the hell out of Nazis and Gestapo and just having a blast with that. It is a little bit glitchy, and I wasn't expecting that because I remember what Sniper Elite 5 was when it first came out. So some of
Yeah,
the kill
it's the
challenge
same
missions,
engine, I think.
if you make a mistake and you trigger like something in the sense of sometimes it might be just triggering alerting some of the guards around, it can trigger the person you're trying to kill to not do what they need to do in order to be successful on that kill challenge. But each level is designed to be played through more than once anyway. So I will complete those kill challenges on my second playthrough of those levels. But thoroughly enjoying it. I don't know what it is. I just love just silently murdering people
You like
in
shooting
a video
Nazis in the
game,
nuts.
not in
That's
real
okay.
life. Video games only.
Wow. Wow.
um, I have. What else have I been playing? That Lonely Mountain game. So I've been playing that, and I don't think I've played any BG3 this week because Sniper Elite's been taking over my life at the moment. But you know what? We're going to have to wrap it up right now because DemoFlow just reminded me that I need to pre-install Avowed. Um, no. But I did buy the I guess, pre-release, whatever it is, that expansion, not expansion pass, but the early access pass that Avowed had for Game Pass. So I will be playing that next week when it launches. It'll be the 15th for me, but it'll be the 14th for everyone else. I have a feeling that's how it's going to go down. I'm super excited for Avowed. and I just want next week to hurry up and be here already. Hi, Tryhard. Glad you're here. Yeah, that's me. I haven't really been up to much other than it's really warm, hence the singlet. It's just really humid today, and there's just no breeze, and like it's just New Zealand, just living it up in summertime. Yeah, I don't think there's anything crazy I've done this week. No, it's been a crazy week. I think we caught up at some point. We caught up this week and had a catch up. Checking in on Soul, making sure he was still alive. Seeing how he was for this episode. But we're going to crack into it. I think Nero already started us off on our first little topic, which was the announcement that the PSN servers were down for at least 20 hours. I don't think does anyone have an exact time? I can't remember. The last count I saw was 20 hours.
It's up now, so I think about 20.
20 hours,
for sure,
yeah.
over 18. So I'm gonna round it up. God damn it, I'm gonna round it up. I'm very disappointed. I am very disappointed as a newly found PlayStation 5 consumer, as a newly found coming back.
We told you this would happen.
Ghost. Look, coming back, replaying Ghost. Platinum played it back then, loved it. I said, from the P4 Pro to the P5 Pro, feels good to be back. Loving that DualSense, having a good time. They finally got a game. I ain't gonna lie. What Halo did for me with Xbox, that is what Helldivers is doing for me right now with PlayStation. I'm super happy they got one. That game is spectacular. That game is already one of my favorite multiplayer co-op experiences. The way it's just super extremely consumer friendly is just huge. It makes you want to spend the money, and then it's $40. The content, the sense of community, the sense of brotherhood, just chaotic, crazy. Just a really good game, man. I can't speak enough about that. I
assume it's you play with PC guys as well?
Yeah, it's crossplay. Yeah, I done ran into some really cool PC people. That's what made me walk back my PC shit. I said, well, I guess I only got beef with PC motherfuckers when it's competitive. Crossplay, I don't want to go competitive against y'all. Y'all cheat too much.
The more people you have available to access your game, the longer it's going to stay alive, right?
But as far as playing with them, I love it. I got no complaints, man. I'm happy they walked back that PSN requirement, even though it don't matter when the entire PSN is going down. So a lot of people, because it didn't, like I said, it didn't bother me because I don't game share, which I got some bars about that I want to get off, but I don't game share. So all my single player games I still had access to. Like I said, I just picked up Kindom Come Deliverance 2 on a Pro. Been having a good time with that. Excited, so that none of that bothered me. But Helldivers, for one, it was the anniversary, so that's why it's like that's just the year anniversary of that. That's a bad look. So people couldn't access that, and they say they don't play multiplayer games, but consistently in this top sale charts is Call of Duty, 2K, FIFA, Madden. So
yeah,
a lot of people was affected by that.
So we'll be back.
And I just checked on Twitter. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna call him out. Jeff Keighley still ain't got a goddamn tweet up. His last tweet was 2 days ago about goddamn GTA 6. Now, if Xbox went down for 3 minutes, there's videos around here, there's tweets around here, Dev saying, not Devs, but just people working for Sony and PlayStation saying they getting laid off. That's barely, that don't get or spoken upon. And I'm just like, it's weird. I don't mind when y'all call it out by Xbox because it's gonna happen regardless. But it's like, at least be fair. So that's why I'm like, it's a lot of people over there. So it's a handful of real gamers, man, that really game over there, and that affected a lot of people, man. The fact that Sony has yet to put out any type of statement, any type of anything. Shout out to Tom Warren. I gained respect for him because he been at their neck, like saying they still ain't, even calling out poorly timed PlayStation account tweets. Like that's not cool. That's not it. To have this type of thing happen and for the entire industry to be so quiet and shit. This is the Xbox tax and the PlayStation bonus going into full effect.
I just love IGN. It's like, fuck IGN, right? Hashtag fuck IGN. Just, yes, PSN is down. I was like, did you get so much shit from the community going, why is there no article out that you finally delivered a yes, PSN is down? Like, it was such a...
It's strange.
Angry statement around that. Like, people had been annoying them and they're like, yes, all right, we're finally telling you it's down. Like, PSN is down. Like, you don't need to say anything else other than that and then talk about, like, the impact it has when we're living in an all online environment, with basically only certain games that you can play offline when you have situations where servers are down or just the whole services are down in general. It's just and for them to, I feel like they've done this multiple times, PlayStation, where they haven't communicated what's been going on, because who knows? I feel like the last time they didn't communicate it, it was because they were trying to figure out how big their breach was before they said anything. And regardless of what's going on, I had it with a bank, my bank, about 2 months ago, where their online systems were down and they weren't telling, like, there was nothing on their website to say it was down, anything like that. And then it was down for like 9 hours. This is your online banking, your phone banking. You had to go physically into a bank. And this happened on the weekend, and not only in like cities will banks be open on the weekend. In small towns, they're not open at all. And so the lack of communication is so disheartening and concerning as a consumer or someone. Like, even with my bank, I was like, I need to be able to sort this out. That's my money, and I can't, you're not communicating that to me. So people who have invested time and energy and put money into an ecosystem, and then to not get any updates. Yes, the website might be updated to say, hey, these services are down, but it would just be nice to acknowledge roughly anything if they can think of, like, this is what we're trying to aim for, and then coming through and just telling them what the impact was. Whether or not they're hacked, who knows? I don't think it was that. I think it was just, who knows? Even if it's server maintenance, just tell people shit, guys. That's the biggest thing, is like communicating with those. When you're not communicating, silence is sometimes worse than saying nothing at all. Like, it's worse. It's worse. You need to say something. Silence is worse. I guess overall of this around the discourse that really stuck out with me, and we were talking about it before the show, was just Jez Corden's post about Microsoft and Xbox, and saying, like, you need to, like, with the industry going the way it is, you really need to make sure that with you putting your games everywhere, that everyone will have access. I'm sorry, I could have read from his tweet, but I can't be bothered reading it again. But I was just really disappointed with the fact that this is a conversation about PlayStation, and you're diverting people away from going, hey, PlayStation, fix this, and then bringing it around as a conversation to this is now an Xbox problem. We've had this conversation when Xbox went down in the past around people not being able to access online. So we know that there is a problem in that space, and they're working on how to fix that. But to then call it out and blame, like, well, not blame, but say, like, Xbox, like, you're going to put your games and services on platforms that you can't trust around their consistency of being able to access those games. You have to call out every single third-party publisher that puts out their product on a platform that isn't always stable, right? You can't just call out Xbox and say this is something that you need to fix. No, it's an industry-wide problem. That's where my concern
And can I
and my
tag in?
issue
Just
is.
add 2 cents real quick,
Go
because you
for
made a
it.
good
That's
point.
my issue.
What Jazz, my problem is, like, he'll do some shit like that, or put out a tweet like that. And for one, I appreciate what he do at Windows Centrals, but he responsible for a lot of the gloom and doom, a lot of the rumors, a lot of, just as much as he right, everybody gets shit wrong here and there. But my problem is this, like, somehow you make this situation about Xbox. I got some things you can use your platform for and bring to Xbox attention that'd be beneficial for us as Xbox fans, instead of saying what he said.
Yeah.
Yourself. Like, can you ask them why our Xbox is so useless when you lose internet connection? I hate that. I can't go to my friend, like, literally your entire use of your Xbox feels cut off. You can't see clips, you can't go elsewhere. That's a UI problem. That's not cool. That's something that's worth talking about.
I mean,
you know what I
get
mean? And that just goes back to people it's never genuine with these people, because you'll say shit like that instead of asking for what we need for real change. PlayStation people, they'll critique this, that, and the third about Xbox instead of asking for better with what's going on. You know, stuff getting removed that was there day one, activity cards, like just stuff that like why is the whole feature that was here when I bought the PS5 4 years ago not here now?
Not
You're
here
removing
anymore.
things, if anything. You know,
I mean,
Xbox, this like
I
things
get
never get for real gamers. I'm sorry, but things just never get called out what we need to be spoken for. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
true.
Instead, we got shit like that, tweets like that coming out. You know what I'm saying? Or no tweets at all. Jeff Keighley, like I'm keep going back to him, bro. Like the way you glaze, like all you people that glaze, like this is not something small, man. Xbox done had a few outages, as I can remember this generation. They don't be 10 plus hours, man, let alone 20. So
Yeah,
it's like, you know, that's not something that, and like we said last time this happened, it was a big deal. So it's like me
yeah.
as a consumer, shit, I just bought Kingdom Come Deliverance. I just used my goddamn card. What the fuck is
You
there
know,
something
you know
going
it's
on that
bad
end? Like
when the
what's
first reaction, because there's no conversation from PlayStation, is everybody should update their passwords. If that's the first reaction to your service going down, you have a clear problem. And there's a clear lack of trust around you keeping people's information safe. Like, that's why you need to come out and you need to have a conversation with people and go, hey, it's not this. The issue is this. And then you can put people's minds at ease for those who put their who choose to have their information attached to their PSN with all their information and so on and so forth. But I understand like Jev's trying to make a conversation around a conversation that needs to be had industry wide. Is my concern is that he wasn't focusing it as an industry. He was being very pointed about calling out Microsoft and Xbox in particular because of what has happened on PlayStation side. I'm like, no, this is an industry problem. This could affect any platform that uses online services and is going all digital. Like, we're moving into this all digital future. And so they all need to figure out how to work this. It's not the consumer's job. We would just like a bit of transparency, right?
Yep.
I'm glad it took less than 24 hours or 24 hours to fix it. If this had been
I'm
any
definitely
longer, I think it
up,
would have been a much
you know,
worse situation.
I'm adding sauce onto it. Like I said, I'm affected because I'm a consumer, but personally, I was like, I shrugged. Like I said, I got my Series X. I'm good. Like I said, I don't game share, and that's another thing I wanted to say. I've seen a lot of dudes getting exposed for not being able to play their games because they game share. The same people
Yeah.
that scream from the roof and from rooftops that Game Pass is not good, it's welfare pass, is bad for the devs.
I'm
You
happy
know,
to spend
all
$100 on a
all these
game.
talking points. You know, but y'all game share. Game sharing is worse than Game Pass. Like, at least with a Game Pass, each singular consumer, we don't got Family Pass yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like each
Hey,
individual consumer is contributing to your game going in there when
you
they're
say
selling.
that, but like, because it's Game Pass on my account, right? And I bought early access for something, a video game, so that through Game Pass I just paid the little exclusive. I can't think of. I'm sentencing today, guys, and I'm not even stoned. But like, I paid for it, and because they game share, my sister got immediate early access as well. So we only had to pay one fee, and she goes halvesies with me on Game Pass as well. So, but I think Family Pass needs to be a thing. I would love to be
I agree.
like, here's all these people that we can all access and play the same games together. Soul, he's still not back. Soul's having some technical difficulties. It was because he was being really mean to Nero about calling him a pony.
Sony done hit him. Thankfully, they ain't hit me
Yeah,
because I'm just
Sony
being
sniped him.
I'm taking the gloom and doom route.
I haven't had any targeting because they all know I do it in jest.
They'll get you soon.
Why would you hurt me?
Soon your PC won't be able to connect. You're gonna be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I'll be like, show's finished because
Losing
PlayStation
it.
sniped me.
But yeah, I'm happy. I'm with you. I'm happy it took less than 24 hours, but that's still 20 hours, man. Like, let's be for real. That's
Still,
ridiculous. And the fact that all these media outlets, all these people don't call it out, don't stand on business. Even Jazz, like you Windows Central. Windows is a branch of Microsoft. I appreciate what you do. Call it even, but you saying that should be a wake up call to Xbox about why they shouldn't depend on PlayStation to. I mean, if PlayStation go down, that's on them. Like all the games that was bought, Microsoft games that has been bought on PlayStation, Sea of Thieves, all that shit. Microsoft already got the money for that. That's on PlayStation if they fucking infrastructure goes down, like what just happened. Now is this a wake up call? The point is still there. They still make money. They still,
right?
What
It's a
you say?
temporary issue.
Yeah. Temporary issue. But the point is, how is this anything negative on Microsoft though? The whole point of his tweet, I don't understand. That's why I'm saying this, because it's like, my guy, it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? You like, this should be a wake up call to Microsoft. This is a wake up call to Microsoft for what? It should have been a wake up call for them to put out a tweet or a Series S or hop online or do some marketing and joke. And you had 20 hours to get some
We're
shit
not
off.
down. Come here.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta look up and have Master Chief and them in the sky. Like Xbox up hashtag or something. Like, they too nice and friendly for that. That's why they need me in there shaking things up behind the scenes. But nah.
Bro, I love you. Speaking of hacking, I'm playing hack right now.
Yo, shout out Umber, man.
Yes, Trihead. Yeah, this is on PlayStation. And I just don't know why Xbox even had to enter the conversation at this point. Which was rather disappointing. That is where this conversation turned
remember,
around.
It was Xbox went through blocking a big attack last year. This might be PlayStation dealing with the remnants, but they just might not be as quick or efficient. It might be nothing. It might be them. They thought they was about to, or they had threats, so they said, "Yo, shut everything down, protect everything, and make sure this threat can't be." We don't know, but that's the point, motherfuckers. We should know. Like, where the fuck is the communication at? Like I say, that's only they can get away with that. Like, and I don't want to hear no shit about no state of play coming next week, because I was gonna talk about that. We still gonna talk about it. Give predictions or expectations, but it's like, damn, like, where's the key communication? Like, damn, y'all, like Jeff Keighley, you back there with the guys? He was probably running around scrambling too, man. That shit corny to me. It just exposes the industry and the biasness within the industry.
Yeah. It's just stupid. It's stupid. No one wants to see your access to games, like, gone. And I think the fact that this happened on a Friday night / Saturday night, and I say that because I'm obviously more than one time zone, it's like peak gaming time. And to have people not spending time or money on your platform at peak gaming time should be a concern, and you should want to calm people down by giving them a time frame or an update. Just saying, more than what is these services are down. Yeah, it's a different conversation, and Soul was talking about this before we got into the show anyway, and so he's not here right now specifically. He's just sorting out whatever's happening with his internet. He was just talking about it wouldn't have mattered so much if it was like a weekday, but because it's like peak gaming time, that is where it matters. I mean, these systems, they go down occasionally, server maintenance, whatever, people try and hack them, etc., etc. We're still here, we're still gaming, and this isn't going to change anyone's opinion on of any system that they choose to spend their time or money on. But it is something worth noting, in my opinion, that there is one platform that tends to be a lot more stable than the other, and it's PC. Get on PC.
You're right, Panda. Say how you really feel. Panda is Panda, Retri. They're all PC master race guys. They don't care about us.
Okay, I'm a Nintendo. I don't have to worry. I could have been playing my Nintendo. Suck, Kima. Jeff Keighley is a PlayStation investor. Yes.
Definitely
yes,
is.
100% he is. Anyway, while we still figure out, PC Master Race tryout.
Her true
100%.
colors, man. They're
Yeah.
all PC master races, man. I'm the last of the console breed fighting for us. I'm teaming
I'm
up. You
glad.
need all consoles to stay. Switch
Yeah.
to way.
I'm glad everyone just they get our humor.
Yeah, they understand. They get it.
But I think we've got a couple of sort of short little bit of quick news to get through. We just wanted to start off that show with that because it's a very conscious topic that it's just come up and it is now back up and running. So if Twitter's a little bit quiet for a while, that is probably because some of the toxic hooved people are finally playing their PlayStations. So rejoice and hopefully Twitter being quiet for like an hour. Fingers crossed, an hour. Okay.
Right.
What have we got? Halo Infinite has arrived, like their new spring update, Feb 4th. They've got a new mode, new map, new jumps. They've got some sandbox updates, strafe changes, and many more things. I love Halo Infinite, and it's really hard living where I live in New Zealand and knowing that my servers are Australian based and there aren't a lot of people playing on those servers. So if I do get a game, I get thrown to American servers and my ping rate is disgusting. It's rather disappointing.
They need
If
to
I
go
want
to PlayStation.
No.
Yeah, it do. As a real Xbox and Halo fan, it need to go to PlayStation. It need an
Oh, I thought you
injection
said
of
I
new
need to go to
players.
PlayStation.
Oh, you
No,
that
yeah.
too. That too.
I think
that too.
it wouldn't it
Pony
would be
Panda.
fine.
Panny
Yeah.
Pony. Panda the pony. Panda pony
Panda
pony
the
panda.
pony.
I need all of that.
Panda the
Get you over
pony.
here. You know?
No, phony. Panda the phony, more like it. Yeah, I think for multiplayer games that want to do live service, you can't just shut yourself off from emerging or potential markets because there are plenty of people who've played Halo who are on PlayStation and plenty of people who've played Gears who are on PlayStation who will play those games again. They're just not necessarily willing to go out and buy an Xbox. If they have a PC, they can always play on PC. But yeah, I want to jump into this update. I always love playing Halo. It's like my go-to. But I haven't really touched Halo in a while because I'm just sick of the wait times.
Pondy. I like that.
Pondy? J Duke, yes.
Coming up with names for you when you make that.
Umbra said the beard is looking clean, Soul. Welcome back. Welcome back. Did you want to add anything before? Oh, Soul, can you hear us? 1 second. I'm just gonna replace. I can't replace. No. Is he frozen on your screen or is it just me?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, so we got him back, but Soul is looking a little soulless today.
Hey, look at that beard. Look at that beard. So
Look at that beard.
magnificent. You know what I'm saying?
He's talking, but I can't. You're muted on my screen, by the way. I can unmute you. Can I? Can I unmute? No, ask for an unmute. Anyway, is that working, Soul?
I'm definitely happy about the Halo update though. I haven't jumped into it because I'm in America. I'm in the southeast area, and it's definitely hard. I don't know what server specifically, but it's hard. Goddamn, getting in the game sometimes. It's not hard, but sometimes it's more lengthy than I'd be willing to wait.
Play customs. I get a group of us together and we just play customs. It's the only way I can play Halo now, other than campaign. I don't know what Master Chief Collection is like, but once you've been able to run, it's really hard to go back to not being able to run in Halo. So, yeah. Soul, can you hear us? I have no idea. No idea. What is happening today? I don't know. When he is up and running, hopefully get him sorted soon. But are you going to pick up Kindom Come Deliverance, Nero?
I have picked it up.
Number 2.
Yes.
Have you played number one?
No, I did not play number one because it was locked at 30 FPS on console, and I'm not doing that on the Series X. And I've seen it on sale multiple times, but it was always intriguing, and I've seen a lot of people was diversive on it, and it kind of reminded me of a lot of games I love or like. You got your people that say it's not for them, and then you got your people that absolutely love it. So I was intrigued, and the more I watched, the more I was like, yo, I want to try this. I want to try this. Shout out Mark Cerny, man. He shot me a personal call. Pony Bot Nero. I'm locked in with Phil Spencer and the other side. I'm locked in all around here. NextGenNero,
I knew
tap
you
in.
were.
But anyway, I find it runs at the promised quality mode settings at 60 on the Pro. So those hopefully we really see that going forward. If I can just get that in every modern game, and for as beautiful and as
I
beautiful as
agree.
it
Like,
is, go ahead.
I was just going to say, for those who want to talk about 30 versus 60, and just to kind of remind people around what 30 FPS versus 60 FPS is. So that means the frame updates or the image updates 30 times a second, right? And that 60 FPS is like 60 times a second. So you do notice a difference when you're getting more, like you get better input around that, so less latency. And I think as a bare minimum, I don't care what settings you lower, give me 60. I don't freaking care. I can choose to have 30 if I want in the future, but like if the bare minimum is 60, you've got me every single time. Like I love 60. I can't, it's really hard to go back to 30 without feeling some motion sickness on my end.
I will say this though. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is beautiful and is really well optimized on pretty much all the consoles for the most part. I do have a critique, and the devs, congratulations to all the success. We're gonna actually now, if I'm not mistaken, it sold 1,000,000 in 24 hours.
Yep.
So that's super impressive. You absolutely love to see that. I think it hit actually got to update our numbers. I think it hit over 200K peak on Steam, and the first peak was 159K. So 400 plus K on Twitch is definitely it's nice to see big games that's actually video games doing well, getting viewed well, selling well, being supported. So I love that for them. I'm immersed so far. Like I love RPGs, and like I said, I heard good things about the first one. I didn't want to play it. Shout out to Umber. He said I got it on Steam. J Duke said he got it. It definitely takes a while to adjust, but if I'm gonna play something like 30, it'll be something like Starfield before that got the update. I feel like the trade is worth it.
Yeah.
Just the visuals, everything like that. But I will say they definitely need to do a little more optimization on the Xbox side of things. Like it still be mind-boggling to me nowadays, especially 4 years in when the Series X is dropping frames and the PS5 isn't. Like I get it. Sometimes it's definitely because the Series X is targeting that higher resolution. We do got a better VR window and shit, but it's just come on, man. I'll clean that up.
They will.
Just a critique.
They
Just overall.
definitely will. And that's why a lot of people don't pick up games day one anymore. They'll wait a little bit for a couple of patches to come out to kind of stabilize the game. But there's always going to be those who will pick it up day one. And I think if you can try and lock it at 60, go for it. And I'm glad to hear that one of the platforms do. I also just want to say it's just nice to see a sequel to a revered game get some love and fanfare, 1 million sales in 24 hours. And that's a multi-platform game, right? We've got some stats. 159,000 on Steam. I guess all-time high for like playing at that time. The first game peaked at 96,000. So they're doing really well. 467,000 views on Twitch, and it's the number one top seller on Steam worldwide at the moment. So that's a really good lead-in for a game like this. If you want to give it a go, I recommend giving it a go. The combat is probably going to be where you find the biggest learning curve if you're not used to combat in a
It's
game like
definitely
this.
different. I will
Yeah,
say I like
very
boxing
different.
though. I like boxing. I like throwing the fisticuffs. Henry was getting in there. I was throwing them joints. The sword is definitely. But see, what I like about this is I'm treated like Skyrim, and that's when I feel like I can live in a world, right? That's when I tend to have my favorite games of all time. And I feel like I can live in this world as Henry and I can scope him and be how I want to do. It's very immersive. It's on the verge of being immersive Simish RPG. And I absolutely love that. So I'm loving the game, man. And like I said, you know, it do drop frames and shit like that on the Series X, but overall it is locked for the most part. It's beautiful, and it's nice to not have an Unreal Engine game. Even on the Series S, it's impressive.
Yes.
That's why I mentioned, like, you know, it's just little things like, you know, they'll clean up, but it's a very impressive game. It's a very beautiful game. And Umber said, "Now the anti-woke grifters are mad that you can have the same sex relationship with a guy in the game." And for me, I put this on the screen because for me, it's always funny when these guys get upset and when these guys do and say this dumb shit about wokeness. And do you realize how many steps you have to take to be gay in these games? That has to be something that you are. If you're going through, I'm not a gay man, so I'm never gonna see what Henry is doing and sleeping with his, unless after the 10th playthrough, I'm like, I wonder what dialogue I get. Fuck it. If that's something I want to do or see. But if you're choosing and forcing yourself to go through hours and hours of a game to see what you claim to be so against, bro, just come out that closet, bro. Just come out that closet, little bro.
You mean stop
Like,
projecting?
stop projecting, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, stop projecting and stop pretending like it's not a lot of gay people out here. Period. Like, so
I
what?
think
Like, what the fuck is the problem? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I have yet to play a game where where being gay was forced on me.
No.
Unless you're talking about something like a strictly story-driven game like a Last of Us, and even then, I don't give a fuck, because the only time I got a problem with that shit in video games is if it's forced and it's done wrong or cringy. If you're just trying to make somebody whole personality about them, when you think about Ellie, her being a lesbian has not, like, that is such a far thought in my. I don't care. Like, she's so badass and so deep as a character. Like, that's just who she is as a character.
Honestly,
like,
it sounds like you're describing me right now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, hey, Panda 2. Hey, see, here we go. You never know unless it's pointed out. You never not, but it's just like, who cares, man? You know, even in the closest thing to it was probably Dragon Age of Velgar, and even then, I'm telling y'all, that's a good game, and they overhyped that. That's some bullshit, because that character is annoying, but you can totally choose to ignore that character. And why don't nobody ever talk about how that character can die if you don't go do that?
Well,
like, if you don't like her, let her die. She can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, you guys, they don't play these games and they just see the
Can't
first
hear
moment.
us. Oh.
Still can't hear us.
Have you switched back to your other earbuds? I can hear you, but you can't hear us.
Heard that.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Do you have? I'll message you directly.
I hope y'all don't hear me over here cussing like this.
Yeah, we definitely. That's the funny part.
What in the world? This is some bullshit.
Well, just be quiet a little.
That's how the pony sounded. Yeah. That's how the
just
pony sounded when PSN went down. This is how they sounded. That's funny, man. But hopefully, so get his technical hold up. I think.
I don't know. I would love to like troubleshoot with him, but like, can't. That's what I do. I just troubleshoot everything when I can. I think it's really interesting though. Like, I know that a lot of people's, some people, I feel like, are rightly angry in the sense of this character in the last game was portrayed as this very straight person, and then to see this happen. But I'm like, you could be straight your whole life, and then suddenly the right person comes along, and then you realize you're not straight. Like, that's the reality of the situation we're living in. Yeah. But I also think it's interesting that once something like this story kind of emerges, and then you have the people who compound on it just for the sake of wanting to just rage over every little thing, is they will go out of their way to look for it now and nitpick everything. And I'm like, so you've just destroyed your own enjoyment of a video game because you're a bigot? You're an asshole? Sorry, language, but like, in my opinion, like, you can just play a game and you can ignore that other crap.
Mm-hmm. Is that simple?
People complaining about Mass Effect, like with all the shit that happened in Mass Effect? No, because the game was good, and that didn't matter.
Then they got lines. They like, oh yeah, you can be gay in Mass Effect, but it's gay with an alien, so it makes sense. Like, nigga, what we do? What is we doing here? Like, it makes no sense a lot of the time.
No, it
These
doesn't.
dudes, it's a lot of fake outrage. It's a lot of it's just a lot of talking points, man. They think they fight in some type of battle on other fronts, so somehow that battle has spilled into my favorite hobby, which is gaming.
Yeah.
And it's always annoying, even when politics spin into stuff like football, or if you're a basketball fan, it's always annoying because that's not what we're here for, man.
I
You know,
Hey, I spent the whole time, and I'll be honest, in Mass Effect, like I played male shepherd because I wanted to romance Miranda Lawson, and you could only romance her as male shepherd. Or else I would have been playing female shepherd the whole way through that trilogy. But you know, Yvonne Strahovski, who played Miranda Lawson in Mass Effect, just
I definitely
do what you got to do.
Cyberpunk make you do that. Like, I wanted to romance Judy. I absolutely love Judy, but I couldn't play with you can't romance her with
No.
male V, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, it is what it is. Guess what? I
Yeah,
ain't give a damn.
yeah, exactly.
Still
Exactly.
romance my baby girl.
But is now that game trash just because it made you do that? Like, is that what we're heading into? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Enjoy the game for what it is. It's a sequel. It's doing really well. People really love it. And ignore those haters that are on the other end just wanting to bitch about something because they have nothing to bitch about. We can't just be happy enjoying the games that we're playing. It's kind of a sad situation at the moment, isn't it?
Always. It's never about gaming with these guys, but screw 'em, man. It's an awesome game. I absolutely love to see it. It was a 90 on Metacritic. Somebody was hating, one of them reviewers. You know how that be, knocked it down to a 90, to an 89. But overall, man, I love it. It's really good. We're getting good RPGs. The year is starting off really strong. You know, we had the Ninja Gaiden 2 remake. Xbox started the year with that and with the show as well. We got a Valve early preview coming next week. $23, guys. Make sure you get in on that. And even if not, it'll be coming the week after, man. So a lot of good games, man. Really excited. Eating good, man. Eating good.
Fuck you. Please be safe traveling. Yeah, I know you've been traveling the last couple of days. I hope you land in your destination, and we will catch you next week when you can
Yes,
watch
sir.
us
Yes, sir.
play.
Safe travels, bro.
Safe travel. But very quickly, I just want to kind of pop this in here. Just because it was really funny and just made me giggle. I want to romance some stable internet. What the fuck? Soul, yes. Yeah. I bet you want to romance some solid, stable internet. Just reset the modem. Reset the modem.
Yeah, man. I hate technical difficulties, man, but they happen to us all in this world, in this what we do here podcasting, guys. It happens to us all, and it's always an inconvenience. But man, so take your time, man. We appreciate you being back in general after battling your that flu sickness or whatever it was. It's definitely going around. So yeah, man, take your time, man.
We've got this, Soul. We've got this. Okay.
Well, shout out to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Shout out to the studio. Shout out to them as a whole. Now,
100%.
this next little quick piece of news for me, gotta highlight it. Helldivers 2 CEO really loves the idea of a Warhammer crossover, and I think that would be an awesome crossover. I think that would be the perfect crossover. I would also love a Halo crossover. That's why it's just a shame that Microsoft is so friendly with throwing games and great franchises over, and Sony finally get a great community game, multiplayer game, and they don't want to, hopefully down the road, because I will say the devs is open to doing these crossovers, and that's why I wanted to highlight this. It just depends on if Sony will let them, but I think just grow the game. And I think if I'm PlayStation, to me, Halo would be the moment where I'm like, I'm all in, right? So if Halo comes to PlayStation, if I'm PlayStation, I'm sending Helldivers over to Xbox. I'm growing that community, man. And it's just not about the look, it's not about the brand, it's about the health of the game, and for the developers as well. They are open to these crossovers. I would love a Space Marines crossover. Panda, you got a PC. You need to get into these Helldiver streets.
I do need to get into Helldivers. Yeah, because I can at least use my Xbox controller on it. So
Yeah, and that'd be
um,
a great experience right there.
I really need to get into Helldivers. Too many games.
Definitely,
Like I'm
definitely
still
too many
playing
games.
Sniper Elite Resistance right now. I am still finishing my current playthrough of BG3. I still have to finish my RoboCop playthrough. I haven't even started on Indiana Jones. Like there are just
Oh
so
yeah,
many
we're
games.
gonna jump you for that Indiana Jones. We're gonna jump her in the chat, y'all. Bully Panda to getting on Indiana Jones, but now I understand, and it's funny. I'm itching to replay RoboCop 2, but it's definitely no rush. It's only gonna continue to get better. What I will say,
Yeah.
Panda, is that this is the most consumer friendly multiplayer game I have ever played in my life. Only thing that comes close to it is Halo. Back in the day, you know, it wasn't all that microtransactions and shit. It's you pay for live and you had a good online experience. This is what Helldivers is. You pay for the game, you got your PlayStation Network to play online, and it's a great, fantastic game. Panda, they give you in-game currency by missions you can find around. It might not be much, it might be 15, it might be 30, but the fact that it's stuff in the shop, it'd be helmets in the shop for 30
Mm,
material. So it's like that's just super
that's what you
consumer
want.
friendly, man.
Yeah.
That right there alone, I take all the pony bot allegations because at the end of the day, fuck whoever hating. I am a gamer. That game alone justified me going to get my PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm extremely happy with that game. If you have a PC, guys, this is a $40 game, and that's what shocked me. Like this game is $40. Just like Hellblade as a great single player experience is only $50. You know, Compulsion games with South of Midnight is what is it, 40 or 50? I just
Mm.
absolutely love that. You know what I'm saying? We have really, really good experiences for good prices out here that just make you want to support these dads, man. So
Um, RGB, you put a point in the chat saying, "Why did Sony cancel Resistance 4?" Because that was what
yeah, yeah.
Insomniac. Um,
Hmm.
they pitched that game to Sony, PlayStation, and obviously didn't get the green light to go ahead with the game.
That's because nobody bought Resistance 3
Resistance
on
3.
PlayStation. It flopped.
Um,
And let's make that a quick topic because thank you RGB, you guys. If it's some stuff that come out and we don't, because that definitely wasn't the topic. We'll highlight that, but I think that's important to note. I think in a situation like that, that is why we need people like Jim Ryan for specific cases like that. If I'm Jim Ryan, I'm green lighting that. Who we say made that? Insomniac, right?
Insomniac was
And,
what pitched
they,
to do Resistance 4.
and,
I actually don't know if Insomniac made any of the Resistance games. I need to do
and,
my
and,
research.
and who turned it down? Jim Ryan, Herman. Who turned who declined it? Because I think I see. I'm trying to see if I got it right because it's either an Insomniac turned it down or PlayStation turned it down. One of them turned it down. I don't want to be on here, you know, with pie in my face because I'm getting it wrong. Either way, it got turned down. Somebody ain't want to do it.
Insomniac did make all the Resistance games. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I get it. Like the last one didn't sell well, and the people that's saying this right now, man, why didn't they? You guys ain't buy the last one, so y'all probably
It's
ain't gonna buy
14
the.
years since the last game was released.
I mean, they're so into remasters
3.
and remakes. That'll benefit from the remaster.
Why don't they
From the remake.
bring it remaster this or remake the original Resistant games to build a current audience and then deliver on that? Because
Simple.
then it's not just Horizon
That's
or The
because
Last of Us,
they need
which I feel like it's all
some
their
clean good
remastering.
leadership, man. Because they confused over there. You know, you got them saying they have no IPs at one moment, and then you see shit like this. Them canceling. I mean, not canceling, but them turning down uh stuff like Resistance. But people didn't buy it because it was ass. Like that's a fact. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, why do people want Resistance 4 when Resistance 3 was ass? If that's the case, you really need to go get in that remake bag or just reset. Just reset. Like you know, it was like
I
I
think
don't.
it's.
A lot of these games is quote unquote trying to aim to be Halo killers any goddamn way. You think about the
I
kill
mean,
zones. You think about the Resistance. They was aiming for that, and it's like you never capitalize on that. You still not gonna capitalize on that to this day
well,
because Halo is unique.
Resistance
But
didn't line up with, I guess, what they were wanting to do around their roadmap for the games that they wanted to deliver. Like they announced what 12 live service games. How many of those are cancelled? The ones that they are wanting to put money into, like Spider-Man because it's such a big IP, or Wolverine, or
But
Horizon, or
that's
Last of Us.
still
Those sort of
ass.
things. Like I'm just like
That's what pissed me off. Spider-Man
deliver
is
deliver
ass.
an
Like
alternative game.
if you turn it down a Resistant reboot or something like that because you're banking on Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is ass. Like I'll admit, I'm playing Spider-Man Remastered on the Pro. I'm enjoying it, but 2, I'm dying on that hill. 2 is why I'm enjoying 1. And you guys know, you can go back. I thought 1 was mid, and I still always say it was mid. It can't compare to the Arkham trilogy. I still stand on that statement. It don't compare to the Arkham trilogy. None of them do. But I always liked it, Miles Morales. But 2 was so bad. I've been going back and changing my opinion on 1.
On it.
Like
Yeah, no.
2 was really mid. So it's like if that's the needle breaker, you
But
trying to make a bunch of
they could have made a
Marvel games.
Resistance 4. And why I say this is you get a smaller team doing it at a budget which is a budget they stick to, and you deliver a smaller experience where you're not funding hundreds of millions of dollars into this game. We're learning about Warner Brothers with Wonder Woman that's been rebooted multiple times, and they've already put $100 million into that game, and then we're still not going to see it for another 3-4 years at this rate because
Hey, Panda, by the way,
they can't figure out what's going on.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 budget was like $43 million, by the way.
Yeah.
So while they out here, Hellblade budget was like what, 40, 50 million. So while they out here blowing these $100+ million budgets and shit, we're getting masterpieces. Think about Baldur's Gate 3. That budget wasn't insane. I assume Starfield budget probably wasn't too through the roof for what it was. I assume Avowed, it's like you have to be just throwing money at the wall. And do you notice the bigger, like I said on the last podcast or the one before, the bigger these teams and companies get, the less passion is involved. Devs used to sit down in a room with a whiteboard, argue from sun up to sun down, literally fight each other, want to choke each other. But it's not because it was toxic. It was before the passion. Like, how can we make this game work? What mechanic is going to be good? Now you got thousands and thousands of people. You got this dude working on the artwork, and he 10 floors down above you from working on the smoke effect. It's just like it's not tight knit, man. So then when you get them big budgets, the only thing a budget that big tell me is it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people needing to be paid. It's a lot of things and people needing to be paid. When there's that many people needing to be paid, that many people would say so.
People are just too busy chasing trends and looking at how do we make money of this. You need to come up with something that is the next thing instead of chasing a trend that has already happened. People are looking for the next thing. People are looking for a different experience as a gamer. And not everyone just wants to play live service game after live service game after live service game and then put money into those games. People want palate cleansers or things that they can play in between those games. And so you do not need to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on delivering a smaller game experience, like a AA experience, and still have the community behind you because you made a good game.
That's true. Jay Duke said they spent a lot of that on marketing, but that's the thing though. Good games market themselves. Like if Kingdom Come Deliverance is 40 something million, I'm pretty sure that means the marketing was probably included in that. I would assume. So it don't take millions and millions and millions of marketing unless your game is just not word of mouth within gamer does more than billboards and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, Jay Dukes. I'm happy you said that. I might be wrong. Maybe them billboards and them side of buses and stuff.
That's for the casuals. Those things are for the casuals, not for those who are already looped in on everything. Not for us, where we're talking to each other and talking about the games we like, the genres we like, the stories we like, the experiences we've had in such a visceral way that we will really take another gamer's opinion highly over a game journalist. Whereas the casuals, that's where your game journalist's opinion comes in handy for those people who may not be willing or be as looped in around gaming as the hardcore is, and those are where your billboards come in, and that's where that marketing gets those people. Yeah, because we can see from like what's happening with Game Pass that it's just not the casual market isn't clued into Game Pass the way that the hardcore market is. Yeah.
Yeah, try hard. Yeah, he right. A lot of great games don't sell well or reach big audiences. You're right. So I mean,
What are your
mixed.
top 3 best games of this generation overall so far? It's a really
Wow,
good question.
that's a great question. I would have to look at a
That's
list
a
because I don't
hard
play so many
question.
games.
That
Like,
is a really hard question to answer. I know Dragon's Dogma 2 is one of mine.
yeah,
Um,
Dragon's Dogma 2 for sure.
can't say how much I love that game enough.
Then I gotta go with Hellblade. I mean, not Hellblade. I gotta go Dragon's Dogma 2.
You're
Right.
gonna say Helldivers?
I gotta throw Helldivers 2. Yep. And then I gotta go with something like a Silent Hill 2 remake. The audio is in the atmosphere. It's just huge. But I feel like I'm doing a disservice to Starfield. I feel like I gotta throw that in there. But they left a really sour taste in my mouth with the Shattered Space. I was expecting a little bit more than what I was given with that. So
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I spent a lot of this generation, yes, playing like Game Pass games and some of the day one releases, like Forza Horizon 5. Thoroughly love that game. But I've also played a lot of older games this generation that I didn't play previously. Like I played Mafia Definitive Edition, Mafia 1, and I also played
great
Mafia
game.
2 this gen. And those are 2 fantastic games. I still need to play Mafia 3, but I'm really looking forward to Mafia Old Country. I've been replaying The Witcher 3, sorry. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time. Like
I
I
gotta
am
finish that DLC, the Blood and Wine DLC. I beat The Witcher last year after all this time.
I am
Extremely proud of that.
well done. Well, you're better than me. I am replaying the RTS games on PC from Blizzard, Warcraft 1 and 2, that were remastered. Because I grew up on those games, so there's a lot happening around that. But yeah, I think Dragon's Dogma 2 is a massive game for me because I just loved the original and I loved what they did with this one. I think there's always going to be improvements on it, but yeah, that Forza Horizon 5. I think Halo Infinite is probably
But see,
another game that's massive for me this gen. Mainly
but
the
those
multiplayer.
is cross-gen games though. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't name Halo or Forza Horizon because those is cross-gen. Real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat, all 74 you guys rocking with us. Shout out to Yobi, peace, love, life for sure, bro. Always good to see you. Young Dread, the artist, yo, he did my artwork. What you seeing on screen, man? Shit, fire, fire. Finally got my nice little artwork that I'm loving, and that's gonna be this for the foreseeable future, man. So if you need some work done, hit up my boy. What you see right here on the screen, we appreciate you. Like I said, Umber, appreciate seeing you in here, man. Everyone, man. RGB, good questions. You know, shout out Soul with his internet issues. It's all good, man. We holding it down. But
we love you, Soul. We got
definitely.
this. When Starfield on PlayStation, I hope it gets a 90 Metacritic. Who knows when?
I mean,
That could be a later in the year announcement.
it probably will. Yo, do anybody in here play No Man's Sky? Because I did pick that up. I picked that up. It was cheap in the PlayStation Store. It's pro enhanced, and they just had a whole rework. I think it was like $15. So I was like, you know what? I want to see. I want to see. I know. I seen Yobi. He enjoyed No Man's Sky. I know he put a lot of time into that. So I definitely want to check that out. If anybody played that, please let us know. But Panda, you know, I know you love Nintendo, so this is
I
very
fucking love
important to you.
Nintendo. Yeah,
We have Sony shaking in their boots. They are terrified because they're not about to be the number one best-selling console of all time for much longer. Nintendo confirms that the Switch has now sold over 150 million units. And it was the way they worded it was kind of weird, and I don't have it in here, but they have sold so many games, so many copies of video games, so much software. It's absolutely insane. So huge congrats to Nintendo Switch. And the crazy thing to me about this is the Switch has never had a price drop.
Yep.
So if when the Switch 2 come out,
Never go on sale.
Never go on sale. Never go on
Never
sale.
go on. Their first party. Never go on sale. All I'm gonna say in this space is like what is it? Oh my god, Mario Kart, like over 70 million copies sold of one game. Insane.
Insane.
And you just know that Mario Kart 9 is just gonna eat breakfast for lunch, whatever you want to call it. I'm happy that they've sold 150 million units. I think the smartest thing they ever did was move away from console and handheld markets as separate things and put them into the same one. So then you're only asking your consumer to buy one version of your game. And you're getting the version that the developer wants to deliver. They don't have to scale it down or anything like that to deliver a handheldy type version like you would have in your 3DS, your DS, or whatever. So I think they did the smartest thing ever. Instead of dividing their consumers, they just kind of put them all into one stream and said, we'll just make money off these guys. And they've done a fantastic job.
Mhm.
The Switch console, everyone could see the writing on the wall of how successful it was going to be. Even without third-party support, that system was going to be so successful.
And I'm so excited. I'm praying I get my hands on the Switch too, and it don't, be hard to get one, because I skipped out on the entire Switch generation. But this entire generation, I can admit, it has always been games on the Switch that I thought looked dope and that I've been wanting to play and check out. But I always told myself, hey, I waited this long, I might as well wait for the Switch 2. And we're finally here. And with that being said, they have also announced officially that this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is dated for April 2nd at 6 p.m.
That was on the original trailer.
6 PST.
That was on the original trailer, but they've given us a time at 6
Okay, a time frame.
PTS.
Okay.
So that was not, we didn't have a time frame concern. I'm still of the mindset that they shouldn't have done a trailer and then make us wait like 2 to 3 months for the full release announcement. Like, do the trailer, then wait 2 weeks max. But a couple of months wait. I'm like, I don't want to wait anymore. Just give me the news on the Nintendo Switch too.
To be fair, they had to do that because of all the leaks. You have to.
Yeah, that's true. It
was a whole lot of leaks every step of the way. So it's like they couldn't. Maybe that was their plan, but when you got everything and it getting leaked, it's like, man, I might as well announce this and just capitalize on the momentum. So I think leaks played a part into that.
Yeah, possibly. I don't really have any other details on talking about what they're doing there, but there's also a mention that Final Fantasy 16, and this rumor keeps coming up, so there's smoke, there's fire. Final Fantasy 16 is coming to Xbox this spring. Final Fantasy 7 remake this year with Rebirth in 2026. This came through via Nate the Hate. And also mentioned that Final Fantasy 16 is not planned for the Switch 2 currently. The decision was made to prioritize 7 remake and Rebirth. So it sounds like we're going to get a Switch version of those games for the Switch 2. Kudos. I think the writing is on the wall for Square Enix that they really need to make money. They really need to be a healthy publisher of these games. And in order to do that, they need to get these games out to as many consumers and make as much money as they can so they can continue to deliver the games in line with what you expect from Square. Nero, what are your thoughts on that?
I really enjoy Final Fantasy 16, so the more people that get to play it, the better. Shout out to Tryhard for recommending that game and standing firm on his decisions. I had a really good time with it. I recently fired up Final Fantasy 7 remake. I believe I got to like probably chapter 6 or 7 before my disc dropped working on my PS4 Pro. And I was enjoying what I played as that, so I recently started that up fresh.
You've had no luck with disc drives.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Yeah,
but you know what though? This is, if you want to call me a pony, you want to say what you want. But I kind of hope Microsoft take the approach of an add-on disk drive, because that saves time for replacements, I think, versus having to send your whole console in and go without it and stuff. If you do want to get it fixed or go in the shops and stuff, like I don't got a disc drive right now because they sold out and scalpers or whatever they doing with the PlayStation ones. But eventually, I probably see myself trying to get a little drive or something, get some
But
games on sale.
I'm going to
I'm
ask
starting
you,
to change my mind on physical because I see a lot
do
of good
you
sales going
think
on.
that the Pro should have come with a disc drive from the get-go?
Oh yeah,
Like an
we've
option.
been over this for sure.
Buy
As an option,
you have the
definitely.
digital version and then the disc version.
Definitely. It definitely should have been there. No excuse for it not to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
No excuse.
I don't really have much to add around any more than that, other than more people get to play these games. Kudos. But we do have
Definitely good
Rocksteady is
games.
reportedly working on a new Batman game.
Love it.
After ending the content for Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League. They really did kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
Just not in the way that they were hoping. So true, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So true. So,
Very true.
rumors have come up and suggested that there looks to be a new Batman game in the works. Sounds like it's going to be looking at like what we're used to, which is a single player driven game. I hope like hell that they do that. But I feel like they have so much that they have to atone for around the fans that they lost based on the business decisions that were made, and they had to just follow suit. What are your opinions on this, Nero?
So what I'm hoping this is, right, is another lesson learned. Another GAA or GASS, whatever, game as a service, whatever the hell we want to call it. Another gas lesson learned. I hope it was a lesson, and I hope they got burnt good. Suicide Squad definitely was overhated. It's not what nobody wanted from Rocksteady, and I think that's the biggest crime here. You gave people what nobody really asked for. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, the worst game I played when it came out. What was it, 2023, 2024? No, it was not. But is it something I wanted? No, I want that Batman experience that I fell in love with Rocksteady with in the first place. So I'm happy that they're finally going back to their roots with a Batman game. I'm excited for it. I don't think it's too late because Batman is the GOAT, but I think you just gotta hear. You have to listen. You have to listen to what's making you money. Even with Warner Bros. As a whole, what changes they want to make with Hogwarts and stuff like that. Hogwarts is probably the best selling game this generation. Like, chill out.
Oh, forgot about
Double down on the things that people love about your games, and you will see success. And Kingdom Come Deliverance, I think, is a prime example of that.
yeah.
Everything people loved about the first game, it's there, and then times 10. And the things that people didn't like about the first game is still trying to be improved. Like me playing the combat, the more I played and look and learn from just the tutorial, swinging the sword and everything, I'm like, okay, this kind of dope. Like, it was really intricate back then, trying to be a swordsman, in that medieval time like that. So to me, it's like I'm immersed in it. But man, I'm excited. I love Batman, my favorite hero. He beat the Hawk. Don't nobody ever want to talk about that. He's unbeatable as long as he got prep time. You give Batman proper prep time, he's fucking up the whole MCU. I don't care what nobody says, what they're talking about. Hawk was y'all best chance, and he got bitched by Thanos. Batman will never get bitched by Thanos. What prep time? Even without prep time, he not getting bitched. He's not gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, Hawk is soft. Thor is soft. We seen what Kratos did to Thor. Well, I ain't see it because I ain't beat Ragnarok yet, but I assume he gonna fuck him up, even though I know that's not the MCU Thor. It don't matter. It don't matter, man. I say all this to say Batman is the GOAT. Batman gonna live forever. They had to learn their lesson, Panda. They had to learn their lesson. They had to get burnt. And a lot of companies is learning their lesson, man. All that live service that you're chasing. Let's see. Now I gotta go on a rant. Umber, I'm gonna put your comment up on the screen because goddamn it, I'll get back to you about that goddamn Thanos comment right there. About blew a gasket. But if you want to do a live service game that nobody is asking for, by the way, nobody's asking for live service games. We accept them if they're done right. A Marvel Rivals, a Overwatch before they fumbled with Overwatch 2. Nobody asked Halo to go the live service route. Nobody is asking you guys. You guys is doing this and forcing this shit upon us. So if you're gonna force some shit upon us that we're not asking for, the least you can do is do it right and meet us halfway. And that goes back to me praising Helldivers too, because that is the only game I have played this entire generation where it's like we're meeting you halfway. This is a true definition of a live service game. Your service that you're doing is live. These fights, these defense missions, you trying to liberate these planets for democracy, goddammit. It means something. It makes you want to invest. It makes you want to support them. Apex Legends, that was for me when it first dropped. Now it's in a bullshit state. But back then, when it was free to play, the experience that game was giving me, I'm like, I want to spend $10 on a battle pass. That's the least I can do. I'm part of the problem. I got to the point where I want to spend a dub here if I'm not buying other games. So do it right. If you're gonna do it right. Because no, we're not asking for this shit.
Yeah.
You keep forcing shit. Like Suicide Squads was cool. It could have just been a cool co-op experience. Like, when did we get to the point where we can't just have co-op and multiplayers in games? Why do everything have to be a service? You guys is too banked on this wanting this passive income from live service games. You want the income, right? The passive income, but you don't want to do the passive work. You still have to do work behind the scenes. You can't just drop with a roadmap and look, on this date we're gonna give a battle. But no, you have to put in this work. And a lot of these devs are not doing that shit, bro. And this is going to continue to flop. It's going to continue to. I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. Hey,
That's disappointing.
you get burned. You want to play with fire, you get burned. You know, and even with Sony, it's like you guys want to do all this multiplayer. You do single player games, cool. Why not give an option for somebody to tag along? If you're gonna force a protagonist to the game, and even just simple modes, you can have a mode where me and Panda, we want to play Last of Us. She's Joel, I'm Ellie, and we just fighting hordes until it's over. You know, it's all these chapters in Last of Us where you got people make a scenario spinoff where that chapter something go wrong, so now you fighting hordes instead of progressing through the story. It's simple shit, but you guys want to chase this battle pass fad, and it burnt everybody. You know, I love you, Halo, but Halo probably would have benefited from being more of a traditional Halo instead of, you know, chasing that free to play bullshit. And then because a lot of these games hide behind the fact that they're free, and then the ones that don't be free, yo, they crash and burn. The ones that is free, extra fine, they crash and burn. Then the ones you do got to pay for, Concord, they crash and burn. So I mean, goddamn, Suicide Squad, you crash, you burn. And on paper, these games sound so good and fun because on paper, shit, I love to run around as Harley Quinn, Soul run around as King Shark. You know, my homie Reese running around as Deathloop, Umbra running around as Captain Boomerang. On paper, that shit sounds
running
fun.
around as me, as a panda. It's me running around as a panda.
I'm pretty sure they got a panda skin in there too.
As long as it's always a panda, I'm like, give me a red panda skin. Like, they're just cute.
Yeah, these devs got to stop giving stuff we're not asking for. You have to listen to your fans. You have to read the room. Like, that's like if CD Projekt Red give us a live service multiplayer Witcher game now. It could be cool. It could be hitting, right? And now that I say it, kind of sounds cool on paper. I hope this don't get back to their ears, but it sounds cool. Imagine teaming up with another Witcher and going to do tracks. Like, that's all cool, but who asked for that?
Yeah.
Nobody asked.
No, yeah. 808 Island Gamer, do you know if Nintendo is adding trophies or achievements with the Switch 2? I would love to play Final Fantasy VII Remake on handheld, but would miss my trophies. I actually don't know. They have had an opportunity to do this with the Switch, but they were really just creating their online, I guess, presence with their new Switch store and the way they were doing their online ecosystem. I hope that they end up doing something like that in future. But I really don't know. I am the same. Like, I like playing video games and then seeing something pop up when I've achieved something. And so when I'm playing my Switch, I don't get that, which is sad. But I'm still enjoying the game. I just like to know that I've reached a milestone.
I think that's why I didn't get the Switch in the first place, because I need that reward and that fulfillment.
Helps that. People with ADHD just need to see that they're hitting milestones.
Exactly.
Right?
It makes me feel good. And that's the thing, Panda. Like, I can't replay games on Xbox, but I've been double dipping like fuck on PlayStation because I don't remind, and it's the same way. I
That's
won't
because you're
replay
getting
a
the
game.
trophies now. You're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I need those trophies. And I'm gonna be honest, I think I might becoming a trophy guy. Like the more I play, the more I enjoy seeing these trophies pop. That Ghost of Tsushima Platinum felt so good, and I hope that just pushes Xbox to improve the achievement system. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
like I don't know, platinum achievement or
I
something.
think
Who
I think
knows?
they're looking at how they revitalize the achievement system for next gen for 2026.
I do feel like it's easier to trophy hunt than it is to achievement hunt, just the way that's set up. So that's
I
what.
think yeah. I do like the fact that like usually when you see like a trophy appear, they do like a little recording of what you were doing
Yes, I
to
love
get
that.
it. And I think that is a great thing that Xbox should do because it'd be really good. Like if you're
Panda, join the dark side. You gotta feel this
no,
dual sense. Like just if you
no,
get one on
I know
sale,
how
like
good the
just
DualSense is. I also know how
yes.
bad it is at the same time.
What the only thing that's
Um,
bad is the battery life. Come on, stop listening to that.
exactly.
Stop listening to that
I
rhetoric.
I will get a PlayStation probably next gen. I am not
Next
picking up
gen,
I'm not picking up a Pro at 700. I don't want the base PS5.
because I slandered the base PS5 too much. See, I'm doing a
No, no.
disservice.
It's more like if I want to buy a product, I want to buy it at like top end type thing. It's like when I build my PC from scratch, like redo a new PC
Mm-hmm.
from scratch, I am going to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars doing that
I would
because I
fuck it. I
just
mean, that
like
game's going to a panda,
it's
two
going to
tiers in the
PC anyway. I'll just play it on
two
PC.
tiers in a bucket. Fuck it. Like the game's going to PC any damn way. Hey, but
Yeah.
do get that dual sense though. I stand on that. Like definitely, if it's compatible with your PC
I
and
would
shit.
really love them to deliver a DualSense with the asymmetrical. What are they? The offset joysticks. I would
Okay, yeah,
love them
yeah.
to deliver a DualSense with offset joysticks because I don't know what it is. It's just way more comfortable. But anyway, Soul, can you hear us? Can we
Can we
hear
hear
you?
you?
You're muted, so I don't know if we can hear you.
I don't know. Can you?
We can. Hey,
Soul, we hear you. I've missed you. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Panda can
hope.
only handle so much of the pony button. So welcome
Yeah,
back.
I can. He's just
we
too
got
much.
RSJ fan Becca. Shout out Becca losing her mind in there. Yeah, I was sitting in the Discord the other day and I was like, I hope Becca come in. And I'm just like, Becca just don't treat me the same since I got that PlayStation. But it's cool. I still love you. RSJ.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah,
Um,
hopefully I don't have any more issues, but
yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Hopefully you don't. I guess my biggest gripe with PlayStation though is just their anti-consumer practices that they've just done this gen. That's one of my biggest gripes. Smartest thing they ever did was make it so that PSN requirement for those games last week is no longer required for Steam. So, are there any topics you want to weigh in on before we kind of head over to some of our main topics? Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. When things were not going right on this end, um, there was a lot of cursing going on here, and I took out my earbuds, and because I had to just disconnect everything. So I'm not sure where we are, but you guys did just say something that I'll just chime in on the very last part. Thinking about, I'm not going to call them the good old days, but I'm going to say in the dark ages, in the early,
Doom, the Dark Ages.
in the early stages of the PS5, the base PS5, I did think that was a pretty cool feature of kind of showing you what you did for that trophy
Yep.
achievement. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, I think I'm on record with saying that they did have a cool feature just itself, not so much with the DualSense, but with the whole picture-in-picture deal that you could do. Fire. Gosh, that's fire. And so, but I tell you what, I wouldn't trade that for a quick resume. Not at all. Not at all. But God, that feature is so fire that you could literally call me and say, "Yay, man, where are you on the game?" And then we can link it up where I can see what you're playing, you can see what I'm playing, and like guide me through if I needed some help. That's a pretty cool feature. But outside of that, no, don't have anything else to add in. Um, with this whole PlayStation talk, I am good to go. We can move right along into our next topic,
which is
whatever that
PlayStation.
might be. Oh, PlayStation. Well, I mean,
It's more around the state of play. So
what play?
there is, yeah, exactly.
A continuance of this weekend.
So PlayStation is rumored to have a state of play coming February 14th, and I think it's more likely than just a rumor. I think there's a high probability that this is actually true. The reason being
Yeah.
is Xbox has already had their January showcase. PlayStation usually follows suit around sometime with it around this time frame. So I definitely think that there is a high probability that this is not a rumor and this is indeed fact. Knowing that it would be a state of play and they usually either focus on one game or they keep it smaller,
You mean they're
is
keeping
there
it
any
smaller,
excitement?
like
I don't know. I
taking
just
baby
assume like
steps?
a lot of state of play games. Oh, state of plays, they'll either tell you this is their third party or this is their first party, and it just hasn't been hitting as good as it has in the past. So I don't know if I'm hopeful that they'll have a good show, but I'm not overly hopeful that it's going to change my opinion or move the needle for me in any way. And that's just me as a gamer. But Soul, you have been gone for so long that we're going to throw to you. What are your thoughts on the state of play? Are you excited? Are there any games that you potentially want to see other than more baby steps? Yeah. Oh, he's Soul. Okay, I'm going to throw to Nero. Nero, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited?
I'm definitely excited because it's the first thing from them this year. I would like to see some games that's promised this year alone. Ghost of Yotai, love to see some gameplay of that. Want to see how they innovate. Like I said, I just got the platinum for Ghost of Tsushima on Wednesday, I believe. So one of my favorite games of all time for sure. Super happy and proud of that, and I'm excited to see what they got. I don't think it's going to be much because I don't think they have much, but whatever they do have, I will be tuned in um, to definitely watch. I would like to see some Wolverine. That would be nice, and just they always got some good third party games, or maybe even some something like let me see some indie games to be dope. State of plays is like you never know what to expect. They most of the time they usually mid. People don't want to admit, but it's usually mid showings, or it's usually the state of third party play. It's a lot of third party games, so I don't know. I don't know. But I am excited to see what they're gonna show. Like I said, I just don't think they have much to show.
Yeah.
But I'm still a consumer. I still need to see what is there.
Mm.
So.
I think it's interesting, like that we don't necessarily know if it's going to be a third party or first party. For me, any chance that we get more news on video games is always a win.
Mm-hmm.
And for a company that has been quiet and has had their name in the headlines with a lot of negative news attached to it around cancellation of games, people leaving, it would be nice to have some positive PlayStation news, especially coming off the back of PSN being down on the weekend. And so
Definitely,
they really need to come out strong and come out showing what games people are going to be playing for the next 6 months. That's really all they need to deliver is what are your next 6 months worth of games. We have Xbox delivering that with their mid-year showcase, and they show you what's the next 6 months are going to look like, next 8-ish months. And then they do the developer direct, which talks about what the next 6 months are going to look like. And then you've got the mid again, or the next 6 to 8 months look like. And so they've got a regular cadence on top of the other shows that they do outside of their developer direct and their Xbox showcase. And PlayStation has been quiet upon quiet this whole generation around the showcases that they do deliver are not in line with what they used to. And that could be a cost-saving thing. They've had to cancel quite a few games, so they're a little bit light on that, and they're relying heavily on second party and third party to pull them through. And now they are using Xbox as well. Like People are still spending money. They're still making money on Xbox games being sold on their platform. So for me, it's really important that they show something to get their fan base hyped and to get everyone hyped up in general about a possibility of those games going. And a lot of those games that no doubt are going to be shown are going to come to Xbox. So regardless of what platform you play on, there is always a reason to watch a competitor's showcase. Yeah.
I mean, we might get some gameplay of Forza Horizon 5 running on the Pro. Pro Enhanced might be VR supported. We might see that soon, or it might be a little announcement for Fable. You know,
it might be a what for Fable?
It might be an announcement for Fable or Fable
No,
remaster.
No, they are not announcing Fable at that show.
You just never know. You just never know.
No, it is going to be on the Xbox showcase. It is not going to be on a State of Play. Like, I love you, Nero, but that is too much of a pony bot right there.
I'm just saying, it might be Starfield.
Go back to your stables.
Oh my gosh, Jazz Gordon can do it, but when I do it, I'm a pony bot. When I do it, I'm a pony bot. I'm just saying some hypotheticals, guys.
I know.
It might be.
Jazz is saying that the Jazz is wrong.
You never know, because I don't think they got much, but it seems like they do got a lot of Xbox games that's going over there. I mean,
what is going to happen is like Xbox is just going to override the showcase and be like, play it on Xbox Game Pass.
That'll be smart.
Yeah, I want to ask the chat, what do you think? Are you excited for the potential of PlayStation State of Play? Are there any games that you're specifically wanting to see? And do you think whether or not it's going to be third party or first party or second party, I guess? Yeah, who do you think we're going to see? I feel like we're probably going to see maybe Baby Steps again. That would be hilarious if we did. I don't know. I would like first party. I would like this to be a first party show just to see what they're got in the works, because it's been a while since we heard from Haven Studios game, that live service game. I can't think of what it is. I'm hoping that we see something from Bungie. I want to see something about Marathon, because that is still on, the plan is still to deliver something this year at this point. So yeah, and that's meant to be third party anyway. So that's going everywhere.
Yeah. I would actually. I'm happy you mentioned that. I would absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Marathon.
I'm really hoping I'm really hoping that Marathon hit. I hope a lot of these games are coming out.
Marathon to actually even be interested in Marathon, and
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm just giving Bungie the benefit of the doubt. Honestly, that's literally all I'm doing. Is giving them the benefit of the doubt.
It's gonna be a preview of the Helldivers movie.
Yo, that'd be funny as fuck. Like, that'd be funny
as fuck. 100% need to be that.
You know what's funny? It don't need a movie, because the movie is just literally you. And that's the best thing about that game, is because that game is damn near RPG at times.
Yep.
Literally role playing the Helldiver, man. And it's insane. Like, you said, that has so many movie and cinematic moments. That all I'm gonna say is this about the Helldivers movie. That shit better be better than any movie me and my bros done created.
Oh yes, that might be good. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. And potentially the trilogy for it would be nice. Yeah, that would be cool. I think that you'll probably get a trilogy announcement maybe later, before they deliver the Part 3. I think they're going to try and sell you on Part 3, and then they'll do a trilogy announcement later. That's just how I feel like they're going to try and, we'll get another lot of sales out of people. But if they do it right, they could just turn it into, you bought these ones, that's now just part of a trilogy. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm trying to force myself to really play more Final Fantasy games, because they're good games. It's just like with my attention span, it got to be a certain type of RPG to really get me to lock in. But I enjoy Final Fantasy 16. Like, that might have been the one that make me say, you know what, maybe I'll, play these more often.
Yeah. All right, I don't really have much to add there. Anything else?
And how come nobody said Final Fantasy 7 was woke? Everybody want to say it about American games. Hey, Final Fantasy 7 remake woke. Why Barrett got to be such a typical black guy? All loud and overly ambitious, bumptious and shit. And then he got a Gatling gun. Why he got to have a gun? Why can't he have a cool sword? How he lose his hand? Let me guess. He lost his hand in a drug deal with the Mexican cartel before he found Cloud. Just pure wokeness, man, and it's ridiculous. So if y'all gonna call Velgar woke, call that shit woke too. God damn it! Nah, I'm just playing. I am enjoying it.
It's over. So make sure this is muted.
Ooh, good news! I'm excited about this.
I'm excited about this too. Now it decides to play up. I've been testing it and testing it and testing it, and now it's like, nah, I don't want to work. Okay. So, there was an announcement from Battlefield Studios talking about the 4 studios that are working to deliver the next Battlefield multiplayer experience, including like a story-driven experience as well, right? I'm going to leave you to talk a little bit more about this, Nero, because I feel like all I've heard is my own voice most of the show.
I feel the same way.
Where is Soul? Come on, Soul.
Right. But nah, as long as you in the chat don't mind hearing my voice, I'll be a chatty patty. You know, I don't mind being a chatty patty. I'm excited about this. What I really love the most, right, is because I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some fucking Battlefield veteran and I've been in the trenches. See, that's the one thing about Nero, man. Nero can keep shit real, man. I don't gotta cap and pretend like I'm some Battlefield veteran that went all no. I got too much respect for the people that are Battlefield veterans. Just like I'm a Halo veteran, I got respect for the Battlefield veterans. I respect them and let them have their say-so and weight in the community. But what I will say is it warmed my heart seeing how many hardcore Battlefield fans and veterans are excited for what they saw. Mm-hmm. And that made me extremely excited because I tried to like Battlefield 2042. I really did. I just could not really click with it. The open, like I said, it's the whole open world battle royale shit. That's not for me because I'm already in love with a game that introduced me to battle royales, and that's Apex Legends. So it's like I'm not gonna go chase that Apex Legends feel from no other franchise. I'm good on that. But seeing this trailer, hoping they go back to the roots, the destruction, those buildings blowing up. Even Battlefield 2042 was impressive. It was impressive at times. And it was beautiful, but the lack of a single player campaign, I don't think you can get away with doing that, especially after Black Ops 6 just delivered a really stellar, arguably the best campaign in the COD game that I still have to go back and finish. So I don't know. I'm just really excited for it. But like I said, I've seen a lot of the Battlefield community really excited. I've seen the typical people trying to gloom and doom, like, remember y'all got excited for the last Battlefield, but I'm like, yo, bro, as gamers, can we stop being so down on every fucking game? I know 100%. We got burnt. I know we got fucked over by a lot of games, but some of the games that fucked us over the most, can we give them flowers for coming back to become great games any damn way? You know, I was just looking at my hours on PlayStation Panda because prior to the P5, I couldn't track my hours, right? But I can track my hours now because people try to say what they want about the Pro. I've been gaming on PlayStation. I've been gaming on Xbox. But anyway, my time on Cyberpunk PS4 version is 40 hours. That 40 hours is on the fucking PlayStation 4 Pro because I pre-ordered that game. I got a refund from it from Sony, but until my refund came and they took that game away from me, I played it and I powered through the bug. So to see where that game started from to where it is now, that's why I bought it again on my PS5 Pro. I'm the reason everybody found out it's not getting PS5 Pro enhanced. I asked the official Cyberpunk Twitter account. They responded to me and said that shit is not in the works. I was burnt. I was hurt in my soul because that's one of the games I would have loved for them to try to implement and use the power because, quite frankly, that's my favorite game of all time. So wherever I can play certain games at the best, if they're near and dear to my heart, I have no problem double dipping. But Cyberpunk became a great game. Sea of Thieves became a great game. Panda, it's another game. Grounded became a great game. It's games that has came back. And, you know, I think a lot of studios do learn. You know, we don't got too many examples of these that, first of all, it's hard to get a second chance. We have to admit that. In this industry, it is hard to get a second chance. But can't nobody really point me other than Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty for neglecting the community and doing the same shit over and over and over and over and finding success or just having the failures. No. Concord and PlayStation, they're going to learn from that shit they just did. You know what I'm saying? A lot of studios don't get the chance to get a second chance. So I'm excited for Battlefield. I believe they learned from their mistakes. I believe they was chasing something that wasn't true to their roots. And I'm just happy, bro. I think as gamers, we should be happy and give. I'm not saying just give these devs your money, but let's just have a little more faith in gaming as a whole. I think gaming is in a good place despite the layoffs and the rough spot that's the rough patches we be going through. But as a consumer, we're in a good place, man. And
I
there's
think
no
it's
reason to just want every game to fail the moment you see it.
and I think a lot of people go into games like wanting or expecting to fail or something, like expecting it to disappoint them, and then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in that respect, because if it does, then you're like, see, I was right, and then you just double down on that negativity around giving a game a chance because you can't get past your own bias in that respect. I think this was a great call out to announce this. Battlefield Studios, around like the 4 studios across the globe, are working on this
And
to
we definitely
deliver.
need Call of Duty to have
Yeah,
competition again.
you need this many studios to deliver something on par with what Battlefield can and should deliver, and what it's delivered in the past. I like the announcement of the Battlefield Labs. I think that was a great call out. So you could enlist, put your name down, and then you can get called up to test. And just hearing the fact that they're going to get the community involved. If you're a Battlefield fan and have felt like that they haven't really been hitting it the last few games, get in there, have your say, test the game, get them to make changes to allow this game to be the best product that any Battlefield player would enjoy, or anyone who's new to the Battlefield franchise would enjoy. So
And this is
I
where
just
the
love
community need to step up. If you don't like
yeah,
something in the game, communicate that to them. That's the whole point of this right here.
honestly,
Communicate
yeah.
that. All your favorite streamers, if they're in this right now, and the game come out and they bitch and complain, but they didn't voice these same complaints and stuff, just like the same guys that got flew out by
Yeah.
Microsoft, like thoughts on a vacation in Miami to play Redfall, and told the whole community it's going to be the best game on Xbox since fucking Halo itself, only to do a complete 180 and then walk everything back. Yeah, don't be like that. Use your voice, use your influence. Tell these devs what we should have improved, what shouldn't be improved, and that's what's important. You got the opportunity to, give Call of Duty some real competition, man.
Yes, I mean, they
And
need
if
it.
anything, they need to learn stop all that skill-based matchmaking shit, bro.
Yep,
Like,
100%.
if you're gonna put me against the best, you got to give me some of the best. And a lot of these games don't give you the best teammates. So
No.
my beef with skill-based matchmaking isn't you putting me against the best players ever. It's the fact that you motherfuckers don't give me the
They
best
take away
teammates.
the fun of the game, skill-based matchmaking, which annoys me. Like, say you just had a hard day at work, you don't really want to be switched on, you want to just jump in and kill some people, right? And then they give you skill-based matchmaking, and then you spend the whole time playing, and you have to be on it. It's more stressful than you wanted it to be. It is not entirely conducive to having fun in a video game. Like, if you want to have fun with your friends, like, that's why I love playing games where you can just modify all the settings and then make the game fun the way you want to make the game. That's what I do love about lobbies, where you can go in and customize your gameplay experience with your friends, who you know you're going to have fun with, who you know you're going to call out and be like, get good all the time, because that's all I say to some of my friends. Even though they might be better than me, I'll have one good moment and I'll be like, get good, guys. Just get good. You just got to have fun. Soul, I know you're around. He's just having the worst luck. I told you not to slag on PlayStation before the show, Soul. I did tell you, but yeah.
Definitely tried to warn them.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Just like I tried to warn everybody. Yo, once I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm selling out.
Yeah.
I told everybody for years. I said, yo, once I hit that 1K sub, man, look. And then once Xbox started going multi-plat, I said, well, it's time for me to go multi-plat. It's time for me to go ahead and head on over to the barn and hang out a little bit, see what's going on with my see what's going on with the pony brethren of the world, see what's going on. I can't even say it with a straight face, man. But
Do you know what the good thing about you playing on PlayStation there, Nero, is you're not a pony. You're a gamer.
you know,
All the shit they fall into.
Even though I will say, Reforged Gaming is starting to make a lot of sense. MBG is starting to make a lot of sense. Dreamcast guy is starting to make a lot of fucking sense, man. I didn't want to say it. There it is. I didn't want to say it. I've been trying to, ever since I got that PlayStation, it's like their videos hit a little different. I'm like, well, when they put it like that, I say, well, when as I hit my meth, I say, well, when Dreamcast guy put it like that, I guess Microsoft is kind of on the downs. You know, there is kind of trajectory going down. Only a 2% growth in this or that and a third, but you know, that's just me personally.
Humors, man, like, oh my god, don't kill me like that, Nero. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
Oh man,
I'll be the first one giving an intervention if he starts believing those jokers.
right, man. Look, they're starting to make sense. I can only name 3, man. I had to block Porter Rock, silly ass that day. Porter Rock, he's starting to make sense, man.
You're like, block him. I can't hear this logic.
Yeah, man. He came in my. I don't even know what. As soon as I seen him in my mentions, I say, yeah, let me block this guy. I can't argue with people who I game more with. Then, you know, especially on their platform, man. I hope he got that platinum for Ghost of Tsushima, man, and Astrobot. Like,
shit,
we're
only
getting been here for a few months.
He's getting clipped. He's getting clipped.
I'm just saying, like, I don't.
I know,
Island
Gaming. He's like, oh hell nah, kick him out, Panda.
Hey, I don't do the back and forth on Twitter, man. I game, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes want to go back and forth on X, on Twitter. Like, nah, man. Catch me in a gaming party or Discord or something, and you know, or come on a pod, something like that.
I mean, I've noticed a lot more PlayStation topics have ended up in our main topics rather than quick news since he started playing on PlayStation. I'm kidding.
Hey, because you know, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to expand. Like, I'm trying to expand.
I know, Nero. I'm just teasing.
We're expanding. Like, just because Panda don't want to embrace the DualSense and this all beautiful, sleek console over here, don't mean that the rest of us don't have to. You know, some of us love Last of Us for what it did. Some of us don't mind those babysitting simulators.
Hey, you know what?
I tell you what I do hate, though. I still hate Atreus, man.
Of The Last of Us that you can play on your PlayStation without needing to pick up a controller. And it's season 2.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hey, I know.
See how we look, the Panda. They don't even know all that was a segue into this news right here. We just did all that off the dome. Like, they don't even get it. Hit that like button. They don't get it though.
I did see Doc Dark's version of Reforge. His video was crack up.
I gotta go check that out.
No, you need to go see it. He's like wearing glasses and like he's just like, I'm just like, it's so good.
Those guys are good.
Doc Dark Reforged. I just love watching the messiness of it. It's just hilarious to sit back and just giggle at the messiness. Definitely, did you watch season 1? Because
loved it.
Did.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I love the changes they made to the show because they felt so natural. And that's one of my favorite games of all time. So the fact that they made simple changes, like even with the food, like, you know, the fungi spread it through the food, through flour. You know, Joe got multiple options to eat in the first episode, but him and his daughter never did. And that's how they avoided becoming infected. One thing that really stood out to me is when they went to Kansas City, Panda, instead of Pittsburgh. In the game, you go through Pittsburgh, and that made me realize that there was some cannibals in the first game. I didn't even realize, like, I didn't pay that no attention.
How did you miss that? I feel like
no. I'm tripping. No, it was was it because it was cannibals somewhere else in the game, but I started paying attention. Nah, in Pittsburgh, no, I didn't know they was eating people. I thought they was just taking the shoes and shit. Because, you know, I replayed the remake last year, but. It was just the show was just done so well, man, and it looked really good. Now I think my boy, what's the Asian guy name? I forget his name. I think he looks like 1-to-1. Like, if you can bring, he looked just like what's his face? Man? I forget his name. He looked just like the guy from the game. I'm extremely excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Abby is one of my favorite characters in the game. Like, I think she's overly hated. And deservingly so. But, you know, Joe, hey, you don't want to get hit with the golf club. Maybe don't go golfing. But I do wish she was a little more, you know, like to herself, to what she was in the game. I'm not saying like go overly strong, but she just looks like a a regular physique woman, and nothing is wrong with that. I think they say they more focusing on the drama aspect of Abby more than just her overall
I mean, the
look.
actress playing her
Yeah,
does drama really well, so
that's good. So I'm just overall really excited for this. This is the only reason I'm keeping HBO Max around. The value just isn't there, but this show right here makes it really worth it. Yeah, and I
yes.
agree with
And
Tryhard. He said he felt like Sam and Henry was done even better than in the game. I definitely
I would
agree
agree.
because you definitely get more of them. You get more layers, uh, and I just loved it, man. Just really good. I'm excited. Even the thing I want Sony to do is because they make really good shows, and Microsoft is starting to do this too. But Microsoft did it right. Outside of the Halo fumble with the show, they did the Fallout really good. I don't mind the shows when you have game or content to the games coming along with it. So they dropped the Fallout show, then they dropped the next gen patch for Fallout 4. I think that was very smart. So it's like now you dropping The Last of Us Part 2, the season 2. Last time you did the Last of Us 1 remake, what are you gonna do now? You just gonna drop this highly acclaimed show with nothing to come from it related to Last of Us? It's like when they get to that, I don't like. Even with the show for Killzone, no, not Killzone. Damn, what's the name? Twisted Metal. The Twisted Metal show was cool and funny, but you have no game to go along with it. So the fans of the game have nothing of recent memory but a fucking show. So it's like don't get to doing that. If you're gonna be making shows, at least have something to go along with it. Cyberpunk is another person that did it good. They had the big 2.2 or 1 update along to go with the show. That's smart. The Witcher with the next gen update had the show to
Yeah.
go with it. That's smart. So I like these shows when it makes sense. I don't when it don't make sense. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. For those who are excited for Last of Us season 2, it's almost here.
It's
This
coming
game
up.
translated so well across to this particular. Oh my god, where is my brain today? Not in my head, apparently. But to go to film or to be on TV, because it was essentially a movie anyway, in a video game form.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna.
Hey, I'm so like I'm so proud I platinumed that game. Like Ghost of Tsushima is so good. So good. Also, I forgot I dropped a video about why it's still a masterpiece 4 years later, guys. Check that out after the podcast if you everly care. And while you guys judge me for pony botting, just know we getting a lot of subs off of my pony PlayStation videos here. So let some horses own in this house around here.
Hopefully, the people who are subbing, who are PlayStation gamers, are actually open to listening, going back to what it is that we all love, the game.
Yeah, we got to stop letting the idiots of the
crap.
We gotta stop letting the idiots in the community outvoice the real fans on all sides. Like Nintendo, the only people that don't got loud idiots ruining them.
I mean,
their
talking about loud
you
idiots, Andrew Wilson, the CEO at EA.
What a dumbass! Yo, look how we just keep segmenting into these topics. Like, just so we're on point. Like, so gotta be sitting.
Do you know what Soul is doing right now? Soul is doing those timestamps.
Yeah,
Soul, hey, sorry yeah.
Hey, that's still a big part, man. Shout out to
It is a big
timestamp.
part. Everything helps. Everything helps. But I know that you had a lot to say on this, but do you want to add anything specifically around the topic, or do you just want me to lead into the topic and the Dragon Age Veilguard?
Oh man. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, what a idiot, man. Like when you talk about tone deaf, and look, I even put it in all caps in here. I wish we could show you guys, but when you talk about tone deaf, it don't get no more tone deaf than this guy right here. Saying that Dragon Age the Veilguard failed because it wasn't a live service game is probably the most tone deaf, idiotic shit I've ever seen. If that right
100%.
there shouldn't get him fired, then I don't know what will. I'm really worried for the future of Mass Effect. That's just the I'm kind of setting myself up to prepare for disappointment. And that's an complete opposite of what I said earlier about giving games, the benefit of the doubt. But we should only give games the benefit of the doubt, like I said earlier, when they have reason to receive the benefit of the doubt. When you have the CEO coming out saying dumb shit like this, it's hard to give any game coming from under him the benefit of the doubt going forward. So I mean, like that is like, it's like, yo, read the room. That's not why the game failed. The wokeness of the game is not why it failed. The art style is not why it failed. Of what they fell in love with to begin with. And like I said, you got to listen to your fans. When you work on these sequels to these games, you have to understand what the people, not listening to the millions of people that bought your game is diabolical. Like disregarding every opinion and the voice of those people saying, yo, you know what, fuck with it. CEO, if you're a suit, the higher ups, I know all you guys see is numbers, but just think, yeah, like your numbers is
to
not
ask
gonna
them a direct question around like, why do they think the original Dragon Age games were successful? What made them successful? And why do you think it resonated with so many gamers? Like the first two. The third one, yes, it's a good, but I feel like the first one is always going to be the most RPG heavy in relation to compared to number 2 and number 3 and even number 4 in that respect. Like the fact that he's like, it didn't resonate with the audience, that the audience is looking for, like, we're increasingly seeking shared world features and deeper engagement. You can't lay the issue of deeper engagement on the IP of Dragon Age itself. The brand new IP, when it first released, the amount of things that you could do, the way people played, the immersiveness of this game, including and what that did, I think you're just tone deaf at this point, that you don't actually understand what gamers want, and you're pushing these things that necessarily aren't in line with the IP, the lore, and the heart and soul of what made those games great in the first place. Deeper engagement, but they want it within the realms of that IP itself. Doesn't matter if it's the fourth title in the game. If the game's fantastic, gamers are going to keep talking about it. Yes, it reviewed well. Yes, it did initially do okay. But you know what the issue was? Gamers weren't talking about it like they would the previous games, or like they would BioWare's Mass Effect games.
And great games outshine the negative talking points of these people.
You look at
too.
Hogwarts Legacy, the negativeness around that, but at its core, it was
outshined
a great IP. And what did they deliver?
Same
They
thing with Baldur's Gate.
delivered the universe and the world that was what we'd seen in Harry Potter. And they did such a fantastic job that it overshadowed anything else outside of it. But the fact that he can't realize that this game, Dragon Age, yes, it's a good game, but it doesn't live up to the expectations that people have for a Dragon Age game. BioWare isn't the same BioWare that it used to be, and so you're not going to get what you want out of it. You need to go back and relook at what made it great in the first place, and then double down on that and iteratively improve it. Don't take the heart and soul out of a game because you think that it's got to do with the live service aspect. Gamers don't want live service 24/7. Stop chasing a trend and deliver us something that is actually impactful and well written. I love getting lost in reading books, watching TV shows, movies. Do you know what? I don't feel like they're pandering to me in any way for the shows that I watch. I'm watching it for the hard-hitting stories, the characters, the things that I'm like, this could be real if we lived in an alternative reality or something like that. Like, I
Mhm.
get lost in that, and that's how I want to experience my video games, which have story embedded and woven into every aspect of the game, to the point where this is a lived-in world, and I could imagine this in an alternative reality, that this world exists, and people have forgotten what great games are. Yeah.
I agree. Tuck up.
Piss me off, guys. I agree. It's tone fucking death, man. Tone fucking death. What he said
Yeah.
about it. It's not live service. Fuck off with live service games.
That's what I mean. Like nobody's asking for it, and then if you do them right, and nobody wants a Dragon Age or Mass Effect live service game.
Nope.
Like, what are we doing here? And I enjoy Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
If they mess with Mass Effect, BioWare's done.
Oh yeah.
If they mess with Mass Effect the way that they could potentially mess with Mass Effect, if that's what their thinking is, we saw what a live service game like Anthem did, because you asked a studio who's never delivered a live service game to deliver a live service game. What Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Survivor were two fantastically well-written games in the Star Wars universe, which is a beloved IP, and you wanted to play the characters and explore and do all of that. It was a great game. Don't fuck with Mass Effect, or else I'll be real pissed off. So
Yeah.
half our
You
community.
don't want to see Panda when she's real pissed off.
Yeah, man.
The way
New
I
Zealand
get
doesn't
beaten
really know.
around here behind the scenes, you guys just don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
How I can get slapped from across the ocean still to this day, it mind fucks me, but you know, here we are.
I wouldn't hurt anybody. I'm just a sweet little panda.
Believe what you want.
Something that's so beloved. Zelda is not fucked with the way that they could fuck with Zelda, right? Mario isn't being fucked with the way that they could fuck with Mario, because they have a winning formula, and they know that if they fuck with that, people aren't gonna buy it day one. They'll be, don't fuck with a good thing. That's all
I
I'm
agree.
gonna say.
And
all I'm
they
gonna say on
are
that.
always taking these risks that has no rewards, and for the life I can't understand it. But moving on from dumbass CEOs and dumbass companies and dumb fuckface tone, that never mind. I'm gonna chill out.
We could talk about that topic forever.
But let's give some love to a company that deserves praise, love, and just everything, and that is Capcom. But the Capcom is just so good, man. First of all, this pro enhanced Resident Evil 4 remake has been melting my eyes. Everybody can judge me for what I did, but I don't give a damn. This 90 plus frames with 4K 60 FPS with the hair quality set and turned on is lovely. It's fabulous. I'm happy I sold out. I'm a coward. Call me what you must. But Capcom know how to utilize some consoles, because guess what? It looked just as good on my goddamn Series X. And that goes back to the RE engine being one of the best engines in gaming. But we have Onimusha, The Way of the Sword, is coming to Xbox, PS5, and Steam in 2026. It's a single player game. It's an action game, but not brutally difficult. I love that. Set in Japan, capital of Edo era, Kyoto, if I'm saying that right. Look at me. I've been a pony for less than a year, and my Japanese lingo and words is getting better. Are you not entertained? We have a new protagonist and enemies. We got sword fighting combat with dismemberment and gore. And Capcom is always on point, baby. They keep delivering banger after banger, and I am excited.
3? Would this be Onimusha 3? Which one is
I'm not even familiar with.
I don't remember with which version
franchise
they're up to. I'll be real honest, I can't remember. I'm gonna go have a look. Or chat might beat me to it.
I definitely did end up picking up one of them on sale recently on PlayStation. So
wow, it would probably be 4. Wait, is that 4? Yeah, it might be officially titled 4, or just in between 3 and 4. I don't know. They've done quite a few different Onimusha games. I'm excited. Do you know why I'm excited? Because it's another fucking game that more people have to play, and it's coming everywhere. It is not a timed exclusive. It is going to PlayStation. It is going to Xbox. It is going to PC. That is important, I think, if we want games like this to succeed. Yeah, that's all I'm
I
going to
just
say
love
on that.
Capcom, man. They just
I
so
love Capcom too.
everything they do, man. Like that's why it's like, and I'm replaying the Resident Evil games on PlayStation. Because like I said, I can't replay games on the same system. Like I can, if I buy it, like I'm playing Kingdom Come. Once I beat that on PlayStation, I'll replay it. Well, nah, never mind. RPGs I
Heard
can
it, yeah,
replay all the
guys.
time.
He's not a real
I can
gamer.
I can replay. It's different for RPGs. That was a bad example, but
I know.
certain games that's not in that genre of replayability, it's tough to replay if I'm not getting rewarded for it. And sometimes just a difficulty achievement or trophy just isn't the needle mover for me to replay a whole game again.
Yeah, I get that. I always find it like sometimes I'm not willing to play another game unless I'm going to get something out of it, like achievements,
Yeah.
or a different experience.
I'm an
I
achievement
just need to
hole.
do something with Lost Planet again. Yes. I think you are correct there, Tryhard. I think you are 100% correct. I don't have much to add there. I think it's important that they kind of called out, like, here's an announcement, here's what we're wanting to do. These are the things that we're focusing on as our core things that we're focusing on, to deliver what we want to deliver for those who are fans of the franchise as a whole. I don't think there's anything else I want to add there. I wish Soul was here. I'm so sad that Soul's having 1,000% issues at the moment. But we had something else that came up, and Take-Two has been very, very, I guess, conscious of the discourse that is happening within the industry around this game is probably going to be delayed, and like, so they've come out and said no, it is releasing this year, 2025 fall.
Love to see it.
And so does that give you hope, or are you still of the mindset until it releases it could always be pushed into 2026? What are your thoughts?
Well, anything is possible, but I'm definitely having hope that they're on financial cause and stuff like that. If it was anything else, I wouldn't. But since this is people money and shit at hand, so this is not something. If they really felt like it was even a chance that I think they would use certain dialogue and let it be known. But I think we're in good hands.
I think so. Are you excited for this game? Do you think it's going to?
I am so excited.
Eclipse 5?
I honestly think it will. It might just take a little longer, but honestly, no. I think it will. And I think it's going to sell Xboxes and PlayStation 5s at a record breaking pace. And I also think it's going to take full advantage of every single console that's out, PS5 Pro included. I think it's going to utilize that console, and we're going to see benefit improvements somewhere. And even games like the Series S is going to be fully utilized as well on the other end.
We saw the differences between the One X and the PS4 Pro when Red Dead 2 came out. I think they will definitely be pushing that Pro in that respect. My only issue is because the game is technically made on PC first and then ported to console, why the fuck is there not a PC version at launch?
Well, I hate to say it, you guys are just not as important as console master race guys.
But they support games more than console gamers do. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter what game happens. This game is going to be.
I love you, Panda.
Selling so much day one anyway. Pirating games. Yeah, well, I love I used to have old discs and I would just patch them so I didn't have to put the disc in. That's basically the extent of me pirating old games. I pirate everything else though. I don't pirate games. But I still think that it's a missed opportunity. Yes, people are going to play this on PC when it releases day one.
But that's why I think it's going to sell a lot of consoles, Panda, because if you're a PC only player, you're more than likely going to go buy a Series S, X, or P5. It just depends on your budget.
I really don't. I don't. I think it will only move the needle a little bit for those console gamers. I mean, for those PC gamers who are going to pick up a console, I think their best bet is to somehow get it onto some handhelds.
I'll say this. You can't say nothing about power and bragging about that PC master race shit if you can't play the biggest game of all time, and that's about to be GTA 6. Not right away. So this is not me console warring or nothing like that. It's just because, people brag about these 50, 90s and this, that, and the third.
Right?
But, Just get an Xbox. Just get an Xbox. Just get a PlayStation. Or maybe the Switch will support GTA
Switch
6 too.
Switch 1 ain't touching that. It'll be Switch 2 if they do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it just, that's my only gripe with this, is that there is plenty of games that PC gamers can play in the interim that most of them will wait.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a chance that this game is going to be locked at 30 on console.
Yeah.
They won't touch it. They won't touch it at all. They will wait. And I'm just like, why make your consumer base wait a year to play this game when you can get all the money now? But I guess it's that influx of, here's this money up front now, and then we'll get another influx of money coming in.
I just feel like they
later.
might have some back end, I assume, right? I think they just might have some back end data that just shows like PC is just not a priority. Like, because I also don't understand how you can neglect, especially Rockstar.
Well, I think the data would be different now, right?
I would
Industry's
assume
changed so much since GTA 5 launched, and even since Red Dead Redemption 2 launched, that they should be able to deliver this. Their team's big enough. It is made for PC first. Maybe it's just an optimization thing, or maybe they're just like, hey, we'll just sell it again and add all the stuff that we've added over the last 12 months into the version that we give to PC. I don't know. We're getting to a point where if you're going to be a third-party publisher, then you need to publish on everywhere. Yeah.
And I know I troll and joke, but I think that it would be important to see games run on PC, because sometimes games running on PC can expose how these devs is not optimizing as well as they can. Like, some people got PS5 and Series X equivalent setups, but in a lot of these games get better optimized games because they're doing certain things that the devs for some reason neglect to do.
They're prioritizing different things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the thing about consoles. You get the version that the developer prioritizes you to get. You don't get the version that you may want around your own ability to optimize for yourself. I'm on the fence with this game releasing this year. I mean, I hope it really does, but you never know, anything could happen. You never know. Anything could happen. Are you going to pick it up day one, or are you going to wait, Nero?
Oh, I'm day one. This GTA to me just holds such a near and dear spot in my heart, all the way back to San Andreas on the PlayStation 2 days. And this is the first release where I'm an adult and I'm able to go buy and afford the game myself. I think this was in the 8th grade, or I had just got to high school, and money was tight at the time, so I wasn't able to get that. I had a 360 to play it on, but I wasn't able to get that. And this is a long story. So the reason I ever got to play it, right, because my homeboy Loran, call him LP, man, he had it, and he was playing one day. My grandma gave me an iPod. You know, these kids, I tell my nieces and nephews, like, y'all spoiled, y'all got phones, y'all got this, that, and the third. I had to beg my grandmother to let me get her iPod when I was a freshman in high school. So she ended up, you know, giving it to me. You know, this dude playing around, and he broke the headset into the headset dongle of my iPod. And I'm like, yo, this is my homie, but I'm not going. Like, I had to beg my grandma for that, and now I feel like I let her down because I promised to take care of the shit. So I'm just full of emotions. And I'm like, yo, then you just say you got GTA? He like, yeah, why, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to your house afterwards. I'm getting that. So I ended up taking his GTA 6 from him, no, 5 from him, but I ended up giving it back because, for one, it didn't work on my Xbox. I guess I did not have a big enough hard drive, and I was crushed. I was defeated. I was emotionally, I was like, yo, I can't catch a break. But shout out LP, because he ended up getting his hands on an iPhone 4. So I went from an iPod to an iPhone 4, man, for being patient. But I only got that iPhone 4 because he wanted GTA back that much. I'm like, bro, you went and got a fucking iPhone 4 to replace my iPod because you want your GTA that much? I'm like, yo, take your game, man. Get the
yeah, exactly.
Insane. So, and I love GTA. 5 is my least favorite, admittedly. I love San Andreas. I love Vice City, and I absolutely adore GTA 4 to the point I was hurt when they said that they wasn't going to remake it after the remastered trilogy flopped so bad. But I'm extremely excited, man. This game is about to be huge. It's about to be a system seller.
trilogy flopped so bad because they did nothing with it.
One of the free games Microsoft never gave me my refund for. They gave me my refund for a lot of games, but for some reason,
That one.
except that
That's
one.
probably Take-Two was like, no refunds. No fucking refunds. I'm hoping that this game definitely eclipses 5, sorry. I think it being set like in Florida, like the shit that I hear about what happens in Florida and the fact that they've kind of like playing into this game, I'm like, keen. Sounds like it's going to be messy. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of shit going on. I just hope they are able to pull it off with the ambitious game that they've kind of been selling the public on. I really hope they can live up to that. All right. Well, it is. We've been doing the show for almost 2.5 hours. Soul has departed the show because his internet hates him, not because he's departed the living plane. He's still around, but we will be back next week for our show, and then we
should be able to talk about Avowed next week.
We should be able to talk about Avowed because we're all going to be playing it early preview. No spoilers though. We will be well behaved for those who aren't picking it up.
I won't
until it releases on day one. I'll just mute him, guys. I'll just mute him. I'll put him in the stable for the timeout. And then we have a really special guest for the week after. We'll talk about who that guest is on next week's show. But super excited to have that guest on. And
Definitely.
we before we head out, I just want to say a big shout out to everyone who has watched live, who has commented in the chat. I just love reading the chat as it goes throughout the show and just seeing the stuff and asking questions of us. I really appreciate that, and we love each and every one of you. Even our grifter on the show also appreciates everyone who shows up each and every week.
Just not as much. Just not as much. I still love you guys.
Where can they avoid you?
Everywhere, anywhere. NextGenNero, all platforms, man. Like I said, shout out to my homie for the artwork. You go to my Twitter account. It's I think I got the tweet up, so you can just go follow him.
Yeah.
Awesome artwork, man. But NextGenNero, all platforms on PlayStation, JXY, Marley. Man, happy to be gaming, man. Excited for Avowed next week, and just can't complain, man. Can't complain. I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. We appreciate you guys showing up every Saturday to rock out with us. Sorry about technical difficulties, but things happen.
I'm just reading that quote there. Try hard. They want to prioritize what sells. I think they're going to learn the hard way. Thank you, Nero. Feed the Panda. Yes, Feed the Panda is up. That's because we're closing out the show. You can find me on Xbox. You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky. I'm around Red Dead Panda everywhere. And you'll find me probably on Sniper Elite Resistance after the show at some point. I'm going to go have some lunch. But thank you, each and every one of you. We will be back next week.
Love you too, Becca.
Hopefully Soul's internet is working fine. Just love all of you guys. Good discussion. Thank you, Umbra. Appreciate you being here. We'll have to have you back on the show. I always loved cutting it up with you there, Umbra. All right. We will see you next week. Behave yourselves and enjoy some gaming. Bye.
All righty. Catch you guys later.